My name is Erica Lorraine Spencer, and I remain subject to state surveillance and terrorism by the state of California that is operating a malicious targeting system which is referred to as federal group stalking and monitoring via communication devices. And it is in violation of federal stalking statute 18 U.S.C. sections 2261A subsections 1 and 2. My website and podcast serve the public good by publishing evidence of the public entity's ceaseless engagement in a pattern of conduct intended to stalk and monitor via communication devices, surveil, harass, and terrorize an American citizen in concert with the people of the state of California. Documentation serves the lawful purposes of wide exposure, federal prosecution, and influencing federal legislation with policies specifically designed to punish, dismantle, and disincentivize an unprecedented targeting system by a public entity that acts in concert with the people of the state in order to criminally place under surveillance and terrorize an American citizen, which is a matter of public corruption in the state of California. See thepatternofconduct.wordpress.com.
All right, I did capture what are two videos as I remain in Ontario at the Ontario Museum of History and Arts at 7:20. It's 7:26 a.m. right now. I captured those two videos. And being both on the property where I'm sleeping on the side, you see the light source is directly above the side of the library where I was sleeping at. And that is also looking at what is the remaining with the light source stationary, as opposed to when I'm getting up at 6:30 and I begin walking north of Euclid Avenue and the light source is not captured over as I'm facing the direction that I'm facing where I'm standing. The light source is in alignment with that position. That's how I'm capturing it earlier than 7:20 where I'm remaining today at the El Pescador while I'm capturing the venues of the people of the state, the Methodist Church off of I Street, and the light source is right there in alignment with me at an earlier time where I am yesterday already at what is the 10 freeway. And the light source is right there in alignment with me in the city of Upland at that 10 freeway. And these are all the examples I'm speaking to, in addition to what is the maintenance of this light source on the same street, visible to me on the same street for the duration of the day, which is speaking to, again, this street I'm specifically referencing is Euclid Avenue in the city of Ontario, which enters into the city of Upland. And the light source is necessarily moving in nothing other than what is direction north and south up and down the street as I'm documenting this following with the light source, which is entirely demonic, and it's a scientific impossibility as it remains my documentation as I've published it and reminded you the latter times of the day where I documented the same conduct remaining all day long. So this is my ability to capture at the beginning of the day and to capture at the end of the day what is the light source on the same street where I am remaining in the direction, what is Euclid Avenue that runs north and south, and the light source is still visible to me, for example, while I'm inside of the Upland Public Library at 5:12 p.m. while I am at the Ontario Town Square on the same street, Euclid Avenue, going what is north from the museum, for example. And this is speaking to what is the place of origin where I'm getting up in the morning to the museum. It is still remaining what is off the same block where I'm at 630 North Fern. All right, the entity is keeping the light source. This is an impossibility with that. And I'm also showing today where the light source is remaining as I get up earlier. It maintains that same presence and alignment, migrating north of Euclid Avenue. And that's exactly why I'm showing you what is following with what is not possibly the sun, as it is present over the same street as a matter of documentation. You're talking about what is during the 6 o'clock hour in the morning until 5:12 p.m. as a matter of published documentation. The entity is rising and setting a fake sun over what is one street, moving it north and south, visible to me in alignment on this street in the morning, visible to me in alignment with me on this same street, which is the non-movement in any direction, east or west, as the light object itself remains visible and in alignment and surrounding with what is engineered light, not sunlight. It is engineered light. This is what you are looking at while I'm showing you what is patches of directed light that surround me while I'm walking in the shade. It is engineered light while demons necessarily so are driving by, walking by, and directed light is coexisting with that conduct, which would be ordinary conduct. It is not. It's a method of stalking with light. All right, this is the entity. This is the same entity that I also documented in the video that's engaging in what is harassment, and this is documentation of the people of the state. The entity engaging in what is ongoing harassment using Union Pacific as a means of. And let me be clear. Like I said, this is demonic activity. Driving by in a vehicle does not create an earthquake. All right, in the way of using a mixer does not create an earthquake while you're sitting inside of the Fontana Lewis Library. Does not create an earthquake on a desk. All right, this is activity creation, and this is demonic. it's a method of harassment while they're surrounding you with a form of activity creation while you're in engineered light. It's entirely demonic. The entity engaging in what is ongoing harassment all night. This is hostility to my documentation of the entity and its demon possession, while a fake sun is remaining in the city of Ontario/Upland as I go from one city to the next, and a fake sun is remaining over me from the beginning of the day till the end of the day, which is a matter of published documentation. And because I'm going to, because I have documented what are hundreds of the people of the state, the entity very, very hostile to that. And this is the demon-possessed entity engaging what is harassment. And this is harassment by the entity that is stalking by helicopter at the museum, stalking by helicopter when I'm up in California, walking back to the city of Ontario, engaging in what is the use of what is the specific form of activity. It's demonic nonetheless, but using nothing other than the repeated use of the train. All right, and doing so as the entity is listening to me. These are demons that are listening to me sleep. And as I fall asleep, using what is a method of just loud noise and engineered light that remains in order to engage in what is disrupting sleep, creating audible activity that is amplified where you don't even hear in a train. The entity is just creating that method of noise in the environment. I want to document that because this is the entity that is being prosecuted and engaging in what is harassment by an entity that is engaging in that demonic system of what is federal stalking. And it is directly relevant to what I am documenting, and the entity that is entirely hostile to that, engaging in these methods of harassment. Okay. In this video also, I captured 2 videos while I remain in Ontario. The entity keeping the audible activity creation, you see the demons of what is a company. And I mean demons, that's necessarily, it's demonic activity. So this is a demon that is driving a company, flying means of what are companies engaging in the pattern of conduct on behalf of the state. Southwest Airlines is hovering over the Ontario Museum. You see the same pattern of what is the fake sun over me while a airplane is hovering above me. This is Southwest Airlines engaging in stalking with activity, and Southwest Airlines engaging in what is terrorism, facilitation, and doing so while I'm showing you what is the maintenance of the fake sun in Ontario over this, not just over the Ontario Museum, which is speaking to the impossibility. The fake sun is over the Ontario Museum while I am showing you Holt Boulevard during the 11 o'clock hour on February 27, 2022. This is not the sun, it's an impossibility. It's also not the sun while it is already north up Euclid Avenue where I am walking into the city of Upland, already at what is the 10 freeway, reading license plates there while the fake sun is there. I'm speaking to what is security paving, to what is Herc Rentals. The light source is at that location yesterday. I do not get up earlier. I stay at the Ontario Museum, and this is where the light source remains. The same corner, the same street where the state engaged in setting a fake sun off of this same street, visible to me on this same street, Euclid Avenue, which is at 5:12 p.m. This is what I published on May 12, 5:12 p.m. 2022, February 27, 2022. All right, so these third parties who I'm documenting, they are engaging in what is the P.O.C, which I've already shown, AZLS022. The light source that remains over them is speaking to what is the maintenance of a demonic environment. This engineered light is the environment that is deliberately maintained for purposes of what is stalking. And this is stalking while an entity is maintaining this environment around you to monitor with communication devices. The condition relevant is demon possession. You are engaging in what is a demonic system. This is demonic conduct with regard to stalking with light and the different methods shown. Surrounding me with directed light on your vehicle, surrounding directed light on the grounds and on the sidewalks while you're in any business that surrounds. This is what the entity is doing. Surrounding with directed light while you are driving by. Engaging in what is keeping a fake sun over me, which is a massive molestation, while demons are patrolling all around, maintaining presence all around you. This is what is relevant with regard to showing what is not the actual sun. It's impossible. And also, this is engineered light. That is not sunlight. It's also not the sun. All right. License plate 7KAB539. That's student transportation. So it's currently 7:33 a.m. and I remain at the intersection of what is 150 East Holt Boulevard. And this is where the light source is remaining right here over the corner. This is the maintenance of the light source in Ontario, not at the intersection of what is 11th and Euclid in Upland. It is not over diagonal to be seen as I'm standing on, which was yesterday, 7:36 a.m. approximately. I am referencing this time when I'm showing you what is the address of 794 Euclid Avenue in Upland, California. The same street, the same venue where I'm documenting the United States Postal Service demons. And you see directed light moving across this venue where I am standing at that property on the opposite side of 803 Euclid Avenue in Upland. I'm standing at this corner at this time yesterday. I am not in Ontario. The light source is not over the 150 East Holt like it is right now because this is where I'm at. all right? And you are talking about what is remembering the remaining of the light source, as I've shown throughout the duration of the day. Later in the morning, in the afternoon, into the evening, the light source is remaining visible on the same street. And that is speaking to what is loitering, maintaining light in a universal manner, what is not possibly the sun, though. This is what I'm speaking to. It is stalking with light. That's the bottom line. And I'm showing you the massive way, the quote-unquote universal means of that. It is witnessing the demonic. And this is why you have a fake sun over the Ontario Museum of History and Arts as I get up. After 7:15 in the morning, about 7:20. That's an impossibility with regard to what I'm showing you over the El Pescador. I'm sorry, the house right behind El Pescador, while this demonic entity is acting as though the sun is rising a little bit behind the El Pescador, as opposed to being directly over during the 8 o'clock hour, being directly over the street where El Pescador is at G Street and Euclid Avenue during the 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock hour. It is equally the fake sun. That is the maintenance of presence at the same address. This is why I document that, and I give you the address of where I'm at, as it is remaining going in all manner of directions, remaining over, nonetheless, the same location for the duration of the day. All right? In direct conflict with that, all right, you're talking about what is remaining at the address of what is the Ontario Museum of History and Arts, where I am, having not walked anywhere north. So this is, again, that impossibility. This is documentation of what is maintenance. This is documentation of what is impossible to be seen, captured over what is El Pescador while you're standing at that. This is the light source that is necessarily migrating as I'm moving. That is not coexisting with what are the people of the state. These demons, the Omnitrans bus, for example, the demon that is Tracy Banks, nowhere near the Upland Public Library. Her vehicle that I'm in when the light source is remaining over me, or Omnitrans, those demons, the vehicle that I'm on when I am in relevant position to them, the light source is not remaining over them. They are not having the same experience as it's remaining over the window as I'm documenting while I'm in those vehicles. It's demonic and it's impossible. License plate 7KEX865. This is documentation of all of those methods, as I've shown, what is stalking with light, that coexist at the same time. 8VWH798, and it's currently 7:36 a.m. The demons that are the people of the state documented engaging in what is harassment, including what is, while it is entirely demonic, that is the entity, you're talking about what are demons, demonic conduct of what is the manifestation of light appearing out of nowhere, the inexplicable light. It is the same with audible activity. It's demonic. All right, so I'm talking about what is a criminal system that is premised on, it is facilitated by what is demonic activity. Okay, so with regard to what is attributing that is to be attributed to those actors that are using that train track. Union Pacific is heavily documented. It's supposed to be the guise under which train activity is occurring all the time. Union Pacific is engaging in what is demonic terrorism, as well as Amtrak. I documented them. It's Amtrak's train tracks. They're documented anyway, while Union Pacific is using Amtrak train tracks. So I want to be clear, the entity engaging in what is repeated harassment, creating ongoing noise at the property of the museum while I'm sleeping outside, engaging in the same P.O.C. while I'm sleeping in a car, surrounding with noise, engaging in harassment, any method of activity creation, while demons are stalking where it is that I sleep, wherever. 7KTW629, and you also know this from what is the presence of the environment, the fake sun that's over me, 7VGP775, and not over what is, again, 630 North Fern, not visible over 630 North Fern, which is the same as I showed yesterday. Again, that's the case while I'm at the intersection of 150 East Holt. It's over the specific side of the edge of the 150 East Holt Boulevard. That's not piercing over the edge. I'm not from 630 North Fern able to see that piercing over and aiming precisely over the vehicle. And also, that's also not creating what's directed light. That's not sunlight that I'm documenting as I'm capturing that fake sun. The fake sun is advanced north, what would be north a little bit to be over 630 North Fern from 150 East Holt. That is, excuse me, not north. The 150 East Holt is north of 630 North Fern. That is advancing what is southwest to be over that intersection of 630 North Fern, where Fern and G Street is. And that's distinctly, and the light source is necessarily moving north right where it is, where I am, in order to be seen piercing over this property. And directed light just appearing in the shade, just like this is the ongoing pattern. It's demonic, stalking with light. And this is also what I showed yesterday while I'm in Upland facing 794 Euclid Avenue. The light source is not hovering in the city of Ontario over 630 North Fern at the same time, or present visible over the Ovid Family Community Library. I'm on the opposite side of that library. I'm looking at the direction of the library. There's no light source over there. As I walk to that location, the light source is necessarily moving. That's how it maintains central presence with me. And that you see that central presence as you are looking at not only the light source that's hovering over, but what I am what's incorporated in the picture frame. I'm at the Ontario Museum of History and Arts. I am not facing even the direction of the city of Upland. I'm not facing north, in other words. It's not in the direction of what are any buildings, any freeway entrance, exit in that city, all right? I am facing east in what is south in the city of Ontario, remaining stationary, not having moved whatsoever, all right? So this is the P.O.C. It's 7:39 a.m., and the light source is remaining at what is 150 East Holt. These are demons crossing path in directed light. 7Y61259. 7KQR258, 7VBE126, 6WDB818. And while they listen to me document, they engage in what is this ongoing harassment and demonstration of demon possession, directed light beaming on the ground, on the wet pavement, behind their vehicles while they are crossing path. License 48525U2, 8LPB239, 8RCG052, 7KEE261, 8TIH793, 8YIG298, 8JZH603. This is documentation. Again, what I'm speaking to, this is the demonic entity. This is the entity that is stalking by helicopter. They're engaging in surveillance together. That's why the entity is stalking by law enforcement and helicopter. And this same entity, this is why you're understanding the whole big picture with regard to policy. The people of the state are speaking to what is and demonstrating what is worthiness of federal prison. That's mandated. You're talking about federal prison, you're monitoring with the state, you're engaging in surveillance with the state that's stalking by helicopters and airplanes, and then you engage in what is facilitation by engaging in criminal summoning while you're monitoring with it. So your intent is to engage in another escalated level of intimidation and harassment while you are terrorizing as a demon who was stalking and doing so to one who was enforcing their constitutional rights, documenting it. All right. Omnitrans loitering in relevant position, monitoring, terrorizing with directed light as well. Bus number 1262. It is currently 7:41 a.m. Let's see. This is P.O.C. Alrighty, I just wanted to show you what is video, and I'm showing what is the fake sun that is indeed remaining over the 150 East Holt Boulevard, and reminding you about my leaving this location and the light source engaging in necessarily departing from this location, not capable of being seen, as I'm showing you that in my video. As I leave, and I'm showing 633, 644, and I'm walking north of Euclid Avenue, and I'm capturing the venues. And I'm at the 10 freeway. I am walking through Upland, going to what is the Foothill Town Center, walking through the parking lot of the Chase Bank and the Bonds. And you are talking about what is the light source, and I'm referencing what is yesterday and the day before yesterday. And today, in direct conflict with that, speaking to what is having nothing to do with the schedule of the actual sun, which would be on a predictable, consistent a schedule of movement from what is the direction west, by the way. You're talking about what is maintaining presence all day long on the same street, 8WZV 451. Not only on the same street, you're talking about remaining on the same street, remaining where I remain on the same street. And on this same street, this is movement north and south on Euclid Avenue, as I've shown. And so I captured that video at 7:41 a.m. And you see the light source is over 150 East Holt. The light source is not in any direction, which is over to be seen over on the property or above the parking lot of the Ovid Family Community Library, as opposed to when I am moving, walking north of Euclid Avenue earlier in the day, or later in the day, because this is blatant stalking. But earlier in the day, the light source is necessarily in alignment with me. I took a picture of what is the light source over the Ontario Town Square large clock. All right, while I left the property earlier. That is speaking to what is the movement of that light source in order to be captured at that vantage point while I'm on the sidewalk walking north of Euclid Avenue. I have not made that move. This is the light source remaining stationary, and you're also looking at what is engineered light on 3-star janitorial. That's a facilitating venue. The demons that are the people of the state, stalking in the path with directed light, that's stalking with light in the path. It's the same conduct of surrounding with engineered light. Engineered light is that which is ricocheting, that which is pointing in my direction. It's speaking to the condition, it's speaking to the focus of the people of the state, it's speaking to what is stalking on behalf of an entity. It's that which is entirely impossible while I'm showing you what is the maintenance of that light source. So it's 741, and I'm showing you what is the remaining indirect conflict with what is not coexisting with being in Upland, California, while I'm standing in front of 803 Euclid Avenue at that corner, which is directly across the street from the property that I documented, which was 794 Euclid Avenue in Upland. All right, and that is mutually exclusive, which is consistently the case. I'm just speaking to, you see me when I go earlier, you see me then when I remain at an address in direct conflict with what I just documented yesterday. But under no circumstances is the actual sun ever going to, what I'm documenting, is it ever remaining on the same street. And that's exactly what you're doing while at 5:11, 5:12 p.m., the light source is still visible to me, in alignment with me, touching all around with light, visible from Euclid Avenue. It didn't go to Newport Beach to be over the beach. I can't see that from if it's over the Newport Beach. It's in alignment with me. And then that's just, again, Ontario. The light source setting while in Fontana. All right, over the brick wall. Remember this. This is just speaking to, as I remain here, 6WXS355. It's speaking to what are the demon-possessed, the people of the state and the government that is stalking by helicopters. All right, this is a satanic targeting system. License 7UVR555. And the entity is, again, engaging in what is harassment while it is hostile to my documentation and revealing that. All right, and that's relevant to that prosecution. 95504B3, 7JVJ184, 8706-1X2, 6EOJ965, 94729H3, 6LES102, 4XAV749, 7JHR290, 5PFL541, 7PHP598, I believe, 7ZQU709. It is 7:48 a.m. All right, license 7LYC276. This is a demon. They're engaging in what is harassment. So I'm showing you what is, again, the bigger picture with regard to what is stalking with a fake sun. This is the presence of Satan itself through the environment, 8XFR146. And you are looking at the demon possessed who are driving by both in the shade and in the engineered light, 952YD. And you have what is this directed light that is aimed toward my direction, okay? 7KEZ647, under what is the fake sun that is in Ontario over 150 East Holt, as it has remained as I stood here. Yesterday, when I go to a different position, showing you what is not the sun, I'm in Upland, I'm in the Chase Bank parking lot, and the light source is directly over that location, and I remind you, it's over that same location at 11:50 in the morning, 11:44 in the morning. This is not the sun, as I'm referencing documentation from January 20th, 2022. And so the entity is keeping a fake sun. First of all, this is the fake sun that's over the building. Second of all, this is directed light. This is the people of the state demonstrating demon possession. While they are driving in what is engineered light, this is supposed to be the form for what's sunlight. That's not sunlight, and sunlight is not ricocheting off of vehicles. And second of all, I'm giving you direct examples of what is not even the sun that's over that building. It's not formed because sunlight doesn't do that. It's also not formed because that's not even the sun. All right. And this is also speaking to what is demon possession. While the people of the state are demonstrating it, they do the same conduct when they're driving in the shade. I've shown you this, for example, at Shiro's Liquor. While the people of the state, demons, are driving by the side of the vehicle, the side of the building as I stand there in the shade. And you have what is directed light manifesting while they are stalking in the path with the maintenance of light. It has nothing to do with driving underneath the light source itself. This is the demonstration of demon possession. Okay. It is a method of stalking with light. You also see this while you see inexplicable light, as I showed yesterday at 6:31, I believe, while I am walking north already into the city of Upland. I'm at Papa John's, and this is before, next to 434 North Euclid, the Arco, and I'm documenting Starbucks. They are all in relevant position while patches of directed light are appearing in the shade. The street is covered in shade, and you see directed light, my shadow is manifesting in it. This is another iteration of that. That is entirely demonic. It's impossible. The people of the state are demonstrating this demon possession. These are demons who are stalking in the path. This is entirely demonic to stalk with light. All right, and so I'm showing you this, which is, again, with regard to it's indiscriminate to your specific identity. This is a demon-possessed population that are engaging in what is criminal conduct. All right, this engineered light is instrumental with regard to monitoring with communication devices. This amplification of audible activity creation, license 6EVB077, is instrumental with regard to monitoring with communication devices. And so yesterday, while I'm showing you the fake sun, while I'm already in the city of Upland, I am already in the parking lot. I'm documenting Burtech Waste Management, who is stalking in that parking lot using that truck, that dumpster truck, as a means of amplified audible activity and flashing light. This is light activity. In that parking lot, you see the light source that's directly over me while I'm in that parking lot, and there's no mistake about that. And it is not coexisting while at the same time capable of being captured, and there's no relative coexistence with, the light source, as I document, moving in line with me as I walk to that location. Today, as I do not go to Ontario, it is the same time. This is the light source that is not capable of being seen anywhere over the parking lot, even in the direction of what is north in the city of Upland, to be at Foothill and Euclid in the parking lot of Chase Bank at 31 West Foothill Boulevard in Upland, California. So you are understanding what is that ongoing presence of a light source. This engineered light is speaking to what is this stalking in an environment by the people of the state. But I also want to be clear, they are engaging in this conduct while they are driving by in the shade. These are demons engaging in this conduct at nightfall. Okay, when it's dark and there's no fake sun, which is clearly the documentation. This is why I'm giving you the example. It's over the Chase Bank parking lot. This same Chase Bank parking lot is where I gave you the example. Look at January 20th. It's over the same parking lot at the same position at 11:44 and 11:50 a.m. That's not the sun. This is also speaking to what is the presence while they're under the sun. They're demons that are stalking. Period. They're demons that are stalking Ryder, demons that are stalking Student Transportation of America, demons that are stalking in their own vehicles, demons that are stalking in municipality vehicles, the city of Ontario. You're talking about what is indiscriminate demon possession and stalking. And so that's what I captured on video. And I got it at that time at 7:49, 7:54 right now. And I'm already in Upland, California yesterday, 8XFR735. So like I said, this is speaking to that pattern of stalking by a people, and this demon-possessed entity, hostile, engaging in what is harassment, while demonic conduct is concentrated at the museum as opposed to the vehicle that I was sleeping in for a prolonged period, where the same entity engaged in this obsessive stalking and centering directed light, keeping a fake sun over that vehicle during the day until whatever time that I left that location, which is, again, that's documentation that exists even on its own. I'm just giving what is updated documentation with regard to this location, where I've documented for a term of years the state stalking from place to place as I go to and from the Ontario Museum, sleeping outside. And the entity is stalking 7CPY337, stalking with an entire environment. All right, as I've documented this, and it is the ongoing P.O.C. Ontario Montclair School District, license 1518713. License 8JIM546, 24674G2, 8XNU170, 7ZGW639, 8EOF938, 51494T1, 8MRJ661, 5R34722. And license 8Y79202, touching with directed light, coming backwards toward me while they drive by in their raggedy black truck under the fake sun that's remaining in Ontario over 150 East Holt. 150 East Holt is a state facilitating venue. License 8KHT538, 8MND124, JEEBO, 8ZVP808, 8LWH976, 5RXK760, 7TKZ743, Highlander Express, license 3134877 is the back license plate on that truck, touching with directed light. License 7WTB275, 7RSS113-93323D2, 7ASL272. You'll recall my documentation when I went to the 99-cent store inside of the Upland Village yesterday. Documenting the demon possessed, license 02435F3, 8RYX136-13958W1, license 6WVS512. You recall my documentation when I went to the 99-cent store yesterday after leaving Vaughn's. At this time, I am inside of Vaughn's, and I'm documenting the demon possessed inside of a company representing the people of the state. This is Vaughn's. Vaughn's represents the people of the state. They're engaging in interstate stalking, flashing light inside of that parking lot. Student Transportation of America group stalking in that parking lot under the fake sun, which I'm documenting while I'm inside of that grocery store. And you have the entity maintaining presence over me, and then I go to the 99-cent store. It's 7:57 a.m. and I'm capturing what's the fake sun that remains over 150 East Holt as I remain stationary there. That is the maintenance of presence as it is at the museum until I move. All right, you're talking about in conflict with moving at an earlier hour, 6:33 in the morning, keeping alignment with me. As I walk north up Euclid Avenue, I would not be able to capture the light source over El Pescador if the actual sun was remaining in alignment with the Ontario Museum at Emporia, if that was the actual sun that is moving, I guess, north up Euclid Avenue and remaining on Euclid Avenue over the properties on Euclid Avenue for the duration of the day, which is a matter of documentation, also not the sun. This is speaking to what is the maintenance of presence over me. In doing so, which is an impossibility, speaking to the stalking conduct of those around me that are the people of the state who are demons doing so. 8UDH 628 7EMS 912, 7HCB 278, 8GTM 897, 7SJZ 053, 8K93604, I believe. Can't really see that one. It's 7:58 a.m. License 7S43946. The entity stalking by helicopter. License plate 6XLW900. I read that one already. 6UHK359. 8YAC226, 7YDK272, 8WFF509, license 7SBH549, 6ROX472. They are stalking with the entity that is stalking via helicopter. All right, there are communication devices engaging in patrolling. 8POD226, I believe. It is currently 7:59 a.m. The entity flies by helicopter, flying right here over the Heredouro de Oro. That's a venue right here across from the Ontario Town Square at 217 South Euclid Avenue in Ontario. It's directly across the street from the Ontario Town Square townhomes. The entity flying flying diagonally, coming from over that venue, which is in alignment to me where I'm standing on B Street in Euclid right now. And the entity sounding helicopter activity, flying in a circle. All right, headed toward what is the Wells Fargo. So flying essentially what is south in a circular manner. That's a demon that's pacing, by the way, and doing so by helicopter, stalking by helicopter. And it's currently 8 a.m. I am on the surveillance cameras of what is Ontario Town Square as well. All right, I did capture video of what is the fake sun over the Ontario Town Square. But again, this is not the earliest hour. I've documented this before. And I'm by before meaning I've documented this area for a very long time, but not even that. What I mean is just the other day, as I got up at an earlier hour, I already captured an image of what is the fake sun at that earlier time, right there in alignment with me, which is also an impossibility, let alone the fact that I'm already up in California yesterday and I would never be able to capture. You would not, and no one would be able to capture while it's in alignment with me. While I'm at Foothill and I'm facing I'm facing east at that intersection, showing you direct to light of those demons that are stalking in the path at that street. 8ZNT418 monitoring, and I'm showing you what is the light source that's remaining at the Ontario Town Square as I continue to walk from Ontario at a later time and walk north up Euclid Avenue, the same street. And this is the same Ontario Town Square where the state kept a fake sun in alignment with me, in perfect alignment with me, at the clock where I'm sitting at 5:11 p.m., where I documented what is, again, the criminal summoning by the people of the state, 7U94301. The entity that is stalking by helicopter, that's the government, engaging in what is facilitation with law enforcement who arrive pursuant to criminal summoning, while the people are demons who are stalking and monitoring together. This is the property where the state's fake sun is over at 8 o'clock in the morning. License plate 7ZYR641 9655 BL1. That is McCarthy creating audible activity. They're demons stalking in the path. They're creating what is activity creation while the fake sun is remaining over me and directed light surrounds. It is currently 8:06 a.m. and that is a video that I captured. License plate 8MPG911 7BPP251. Excuse me, 7BPP241, I believe. See 6PEX934, 8UGN460, 7WCR859. F32486 97408C1. All right, I'm at the same intersection of D Street and Euclid. These are demons. 7RZV500, 7GVG857, 8NRA808, 8YMK759, 8ENN672. See, license 70959V2. You got a demon coming out of the blue to cross path on foot as I make a move. This is a Latino male. Stalking from behind, that's what the demon possessed do, maintaining presence. 8PIE664, BF24P12. This is the same intersection where I was showing you what was the fake sun hovering so low that it was reflecting onto the glass of what is U.S. Bank at 333 North Euclid Avenue across the street. Remember that while the light source was in alignment with me at a later hour, at a much earlier time, 8YLN251, 8UVK817. This is the same intersection. I'm going to show you what is the fake sun as I remain in Ontario at 8 o'clock in the morning. It's 8:08 a.m. These are stalkers. 26718R1, 34653H1, 7PXX939, all of them are stalking while the fake sun is over me. That's why it's there. All right, and I did take an image of that. You can see the U.S. Bank. This is where I was speaking to the demon that was driving a school bus. Directed light appeared on the ground while they were across the street driving. And the light source is a dark orange color at this earlier time. And I'm showing you what is a method of stalking with light while that light source is seen onto the glass, which is, again, necessarily a very hovering low light source from what is the opposite side of the street. This is the same location that I'm walking up where yesterday in the shade, patches of directed light outside of what is the Papa John's. That's the literal address where I'm at. And I'm showing you the directed light that's touching all over the top of the buildings. You see it just touching the street. This is all engineered light, all of it. And this is not the sun. And I did capture images of that. This is 8 a.m. in the same direction, moving in the same direction with me at the same time as I am walking, as opposed to what is doing the same thing at an earlier time. All right, so like, in other words, it is not at the same time remaining in the light source, which is supposed to be the sun. This is not the sun. That is remaining in alignment with everyone, everywhere that you're going, all day long. And by all day long, I mean all day long. Till 5:12 p.m. as a matter of documentation, that is all day long. And till the beginning of the day, that is all day long. And that's an impossibility. The demon 7PXX939 is group stalking at gas stall number 6. Showing you what is directed light appearing on the shade at Arco at 434 North Euclid Avenue. License 6LNM609 is group stalking as well. License 8DMG563 is group stalking at 434 North Euclid Avenue. License 8YMK759, 7JNX818, C8ABP770, 5DV, yeah, I read that one. Alrighty, and I captured an image. You see the fake sun. I captured this at 11 a.m. 7ZKT913, what you see in the shade. All right, meaning the shade, meaning there's supposedly no sun that would be hitting. That's why there's shade on the ground. But you see lines of light. That's engineered light. That's a demon you see in that picture. The fakes, you also know that, but the fake sun is right over her head. And impossibility is I'm speaking to where I'm at yesterday. I'm in Upland. There's going to be no light source. That's supposedly the sun over the building of what is Arco Gas. This is a demon, an overweight one with bad skin, who's group stalking license CB71V42 at Arco at 8:12 a.m. where the fake sun is over me. I am at this moment walking across the street in Upland, California, capturing video. License 8PBR046, I believe, 03580P2. Blue Rhino. License C8931R. Blue Rhino is a commercial vehicle at Chevron. License 8JXH887, 8CFX214. It's 8:12 a.m. 8RDW522, driving in the far left lane, directed light moving across the venue of 520 Euclid Avenue. That's a stalker, and that's a demon-possessed one. Has nothing to do with driving underneath the light source. This is shade. This is the demonstration of demonic activity. This is the presence of Satan through people. All right, and the presence of Satan is seen through the environment while I'm showing you the light source that is remaining over me, 03580P2, which is a virtual impossibility. It's a scientific impossibility. This is witnessing the supernatural. It's currently 8:13 a.m. where I am documenting what is my walking across the street in Upland, walking east on Foothill Boulevard, after showing what is necessarily clearly seen with your own eyes, the maintenance of a perfect alignment with me as I have already walked north of Euclid Avenue at an earlier time, and the light source maintained presence with me, and it is south of that location remaining over me while I'm walking north of Euclid Avenue today at a later time in the city of Ontario. This is P.O.C. WALLY 6YHN 602, 8YEV 134, 7BNV 597, 6EAT 827, 5YBD 396, 7SLR 604, BV 751 handicap, 09123P1, 8WZV 776, 8AKD 224, 6LGV 823, 7RFW050. Alrighty, capturing video of what is the state stalking by helicopter. Monitoring with them, as you see on video, 8MZF493, 8MZF493, 7RIX378. And I'm showing you what is the fake sun that remains over the El Pescador, the same El Pescador that I'm showing you during the 6 o'clock hour, that I'm showing you during 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock. I have ample video of being at this same location at different times in the day. Try 12 o'clock, December 31st, 2021. As I'm coming from American Inn, I'm at the same intersection in the middle of the day. The entity is maintaining light over me. And as I reference what is that damning evidence with regard to what is stalking by helicopter, and then you're remembering what is our criminal, grounds for what is federal prison by the people of the state. You're talking about criminal summoning when the government is stalking you and surveilling you via helicopter, and then that entity that is engaging in that criminal conduct on video for you to see, as I already have. They don't even need to. You're talking about what is the foolishness of the government providing the ongoing example of what they continue to engage in everywhere that I go, including while the entity was engaged in kidnapping. 7EHL820. So the entity flies around in a circle. This is demonic pacing. The entity crosses path with Frontier Commercial Airlines. This is pacing. They're flying in opposite directions. That's demonic pacing. In the engineered light, under the fake sun, that is not coexisting with being over me while I'm in Upland at Foothill and Euclid Avenue at the same time. Or the Starbucks, license 7XEM491. She's group stalking. Alrighty, putting her phone in her pocket while she's listening to me document her. She's a demon under the fake sun. Alrighty, and she is crossing path and stalking with the same entity that's stalking by a helicopter. Again, that's 7XEM491. So in video, I'm speaking to what is the placement of the light source, and I'm reminding you about where I was at yesterday and the impossibility with regard to that coexisting at the same time, meaning it is mutually exclusive. It's not remaining over me as I'm facing east in the city of Upland on the street of what is Foothill, and then remaining as I'm walking north on Euclid Avenue, leaving the Ontario Museum later than the time that I did yesterday. I left earlier, much earlier yesterday, and the entity is maintaining presence over the museum, maintaining presence over me in alignment after I've already passed over all these properties and I'm in Upland yesterday. And as I'm speaking to what is the state stalking by helicopter, the entity then engages in what is stalking by helicopter, visibly, all right? Because the entity is engaging in 24-hour stalking by law enforcement. This is state surveillance, and it is ceaselessly underway. So I want to be clear, the entity engages in this conduct on video under what is the fake sun in engineered light, and this is the entity that is acting as one. All right, this is also harassment by the entity that is hostile as I am documenting it. Not only documenting their criminal conduct, I am exposing what is demon possession. This is a demon-possessed system of surveillance, and these are a demon-possessed population, including the government, okay? And this is what I captured on video at the El Pescador. This is nothing other than a facilitating venue on a mode of what is understanding where I'm at, as I'm showing you what the entity is doing with what is not possibly the fake sun. That's the significance of it. El Pescador is nothing other than a facilitating venue representing the people of the state who are engaging in state surveillance with the government. Clean Street 00003P2. Group stalking. It's currently 8:22 a.m. This is P.O.C. License 8PMX082 26278H1. 7ATU947 6XKX107. And what you're going to remember while you're looking at this video that I just captured at the El Pescador, you're going to remind yourself about the video that I already captured yesterday at an earlier hour. And I did the exact same thing. I let you see that light source move in alignment with me at an earlier time. I'm at the same address, I'm taping the light source move in alignment with me at a later time. The entity is engaging what is harassment by helicopter by providing ongoing confirmation of its ongoing necessitating grounds of federal prison for the government that is hostile to my revealing the presence of Satan itself in the environment, that which is not the sun, that remains over me in the state of California. And I want to be clear, this is the harassment that I'm referencing, the entity engaged in all night, 8DER935, 8PXE157, this 8YOJ876, this entity engaging in what is, this is demonic activity that I'm surrounded by. So you're talking about what is creating ongoing methods of audible activity monitoring, but it's also harassment while demons are sitting around listening to my breathing patterns, discerning whether I'm asleep, and at the moment that I'm asleep, creating loud noise, doing so all night. Let me show you the fake sun. Alrighty, these demons are monitoring while directed light is moving across the signage of this non-church over here, stalking at the stop sign, license 6TTT133. All right, demons like Hello Kitty. That demon has a vehicle full of Hello Kitty stuff. She's a stalker and a demon possessed when the fake sun is over me and direct light is moving across the sign of what is not an actual church, First United Methodist Church, 8FRX307. You see this old white man with the hat on and the gold glasses with the plaid button-down shirt that's open. He's crossing path with a communication device he's monitoring. License 8NBX741. This is the intersection of I Street and Euclid Avenue. This is P.O.C. And I did capture what you see, the church sign. The sign on the venue of calling itself a church. Demonic activity is underway. It's not a genuine church on the grounds of this alleged church. It doesn't mean anything. It's a venue, and the light source is right over me. At a later time, I captured this yesterday. At a much earlier time, maintaining alignment with me in the same position while I'm walking in the same direction, and a city where I'm already whereas at the same time I'm already in what is the city of Upland, not coexisting. All right, and that is also speaking to what is a harassment by the entity that's stalking by helicopter, because it's hostile because I'm documenting it. All right, and what am I documenting? Not only criminal conduct, this is what is grounds for establishing legislation for terrorism in the state of California. The demon-possessed population that has no religious protections with regard to invading and literally desecrating the constitutional and human rights of an American citizen while you're placing it under surveillance with the government. All right, your demon possession is not a private matter. It's no religious right. It is speaking to BU14S96, who is a demented actor, a psychopath, engaging in what is the compulsion of an obsessed stalker, while they are acting as an entity together in an entirely demonic environment that they are hostile, that you are aware of. And I'm not only aware of it, I'm pointing it out to you. All right, this is an ongoing impossibility as I continue to witness it and publish it. All right, so this is also relevant to the conduct while the entity is stalking by a helicopter on video. So let me be clear, wanting to be a distraction from showing you what's the fake sun, but at the same time, it is the P.O.C. with regard to monitoring. They're monitoring, but they also want me to, I guess it's a worse of two evils. Would rather me capture the state stalking by helicopter than the fake sun of the stalking by helicopter, terrorism, stalking with a light source while you're molesting, engaging in criminal system with the people, terrorism. But you're talking about what is a lesser of two evils. You're talking about the concern with regard to revealing what is literally, this is entirely out of the pit of hell. This is satanic. And I'm revealing this impossibility. I am revealing what is the presence of Satan in the environment. This has nothing to do with any sort of global warming. These narratives that you've been told, they're lying. It is made up. All right, and while you're looking at what is the maintenance of a fake sun over me in Ontario on one street, whereas yesterday I'm already in an entirely distinct location, and I document that on purpose. It's not coexisting at the same time. In addition to that, this is documentation where the light source is remaining at the same location, the same street, the same venues at the end of the day. All right, that is a non-movement. That is not the sun. All right, and so you're talking about what is then stalking by the state by helicopter. Yeah, I'm telling the truth with regard to what this entity is engaging in. That's why it's stalking by helicopter. All right, that's ongoing confirmation. It is directly relevant to documentation of what is a fake sun. So like I said, and what is also the direct alike documentation. So anyway, it's currently 8:28 a.m. Oh yeah, Blue Rhinos crossing path. They're a group stalking at Chevron. Now they're crossing path on Euclid Avenue. License 8WY8883, 7JUW609, I believe. 8TTP165, 8DOB664. They're all stalking by helicopter. That's what the people of the state are doing with the government. Listen to that. License plate 8CWS214, the same. Group stalking by helicopter, while the people of the state whose license plates I'm reading, 5JIS284, they're engaged in that terrorism together. They're demons alike. License 6GER853. That use of helicopter to engage in stalking is the identification of the state that is acting directly. SOF504. And by the way, it's 8:30 a.m., so that's 8:29 a.m. Engaging in what is another terrorizing threat. So the entity is always stalking via law enforcement, for example. Law enforcement will engage in what is crossing path in your face visibly to communicate a threat. They're always stalking. All right, and so you're talking about what is always stalking by helicopter, which is already established in my documentation. The entity is engaging in the creation of helicopter activity to communicate a threat. License 7EIJ595. 1173C, handicap. 7JCH053. 8EFD813. 7 CTY 915. 8 BIE 561. It's 8:31 a.m. License 6 UQF 732. 5 LPY 837. These are demons who are stalking on behalf of the state. That's following me up the street under a fake sun with directed light and by helicopter. 8 NO2475 is a demon. Directed light moving on to the vehicle of 80 MH120 while this demon is coming toward me, group stalking while I'm walking down the street at this intersection documenting. That's a demon in that vehicle. License 8 WYJ 724 is a surface that this demon uses in order to touch with directed light. This is terrorism. He's acting on behalf of the entity. Again, that's license 8 NO2475. That's the ongoing criminal conduct by the people of the state who are demon stalking in the path, monitoring with communication devices. 5 LYP 837 is engaging in that demonic system and terrorism with those who are under the age of 18, stalking in the path, capturing images of those minions that third party is monitoring with. They have their communication devices out, going to the venue of what is Chaffee High School, a facilitating venue. All right, and they're monitoring with those that are under the age of 18. That is, again, that license plate starting with 5 LPY. They are monitoring as well. And that's the government, again, stalking with helicopter, engaging in monitoring with those under the age of majority. This is relevant to the ways in which you're prosecuting the government. It's currently 8:32 a.m. (7B 70798), 8KHY 780, 5ZHC 728, 7YLG, I can't really see that one, 7L203Y1, 1287, I can't really see that one, you can step down, 6CCZ 621, License 6RXA067, 8U16383, 8DXC161, Six PJH082. Seven RCD 536. License 4TRC 138. 8T69325, 8XDX529, 8DUC 153, 6UCZ 851, 7LML 349, 77604D3, 87773P2, 6YFR 711, 6WWR 093, 8VGF 493, I believe. FJ223 handicap. 8FJS 677. 8XJX 138. 5GXY 060. Seven VOP 389 or 7 VOP 839, excuse me. Merchants crossing path at what is 5th Street and Euclid at 8:36 a.m. 7WTO 035, I believe. 8WQW 533. 8WEE 830. 7WID035, I believe, 6PHD187, 5ZIP 890, 8RXT 589, 8FNW 645, 5GRN 950, 8PIK 847. It is 8:37 a.m. 6ZZF 901. $5KNGFNS, 6KWC 903, 4YRM 815, 6PHD 187. This minion crossing path at third party facilitating venue 1322 Euclid Avenue in Ontario, California. 5EKV 310. Direct a light across the venue, which is right next door at 1316 Euclid Avenue. This minion, who's licensed again, 6PHD 187, is crossing path at this venue. Alrighty, again, that's third party facilitating venue 1322 Euclid Avenue in Ontario. 8JIM 275 is monitoring as well. Direct the light moving across the properties, and the fake sun is right over the property. I took a picture of that. 6XJT 108. It's 8:39 a.m. 8MUB 744. XXE 763, 8FPC 292, 7EJD 464, I believe, 8SSM 553, can't really see that one. 6LAK 98, I can't really see that one either, you can scratch that. It's 8:40 a.m. 7DJD 310. This is third party facilitating venue 1436 Euclid Avenue in Ontario. Using the lawnmower, that's audible activity. License 8X15589. Using your venue where you live as a facilitating venue 6ZEM 951. That is using it as opposed to being in relevant position, which is sufficient for surveillance by the government as well. Remember that. License 4PY2379. That's a large truck. Omnitrans, Route 83, Bus 1328. 1409. Substantially similar. 140972. That's substantially similar. It's bus number 1328, and it's 8:42 a.m. going northbound. License 7DNV 470. Excuse me. 4TJX 338. YAC 216, 4WN 432, that's Tracy Banks, group stalking, 5L91550, license 6T86785, 8VZC 578, 8PHN 961, 8FNF 848, 19223U2, 54975F2, 6WVE 719, 30796H1, 077XV, that's handicap. It's currently 8:43 a.m. License 8VZZ034. LUVHYE 6AJG226 DC708 handicap 59A A18. That is out of state. That is I believe. Let me see. I was going to say City of Ontario. Those heavily documented demons, but I don't think so. This is another company. NPM. It's the logo. C. They're maintaining light activity using their vehicles. Get these demons. C. This is facilitation. NPM, or sorry, not NPM, NPA. Get their license. Century Company, California 206051. They are monitoring and terrorizing with the state that's stalking by helicopter with direct light and a fake sun. License 20007F3. And that's a Missouri license plate, 59A1B. And this is vehicle C, license 78514N1. This is NPA, that's the logo. It is currently 8:45 a.m. They're maintaining presence at the Meridian area of what is 6th Street, where the entity engaged in the piling up of traffic as I got to this intersection, and maintaining what is direct light. They are maintaining presence with regard to what is knowledge of where I stand and document third parties. This is group stalking. License 7RYU777, 8LZA557, 8JGX252, 8PSZ311, BL14E76, that's paper. It's 8:45 a.m. W592TO. 8RWN134, 6XDR696. It's 8:46 a.m. 8TDZ303, 8DRD626. Alrighty, you can scratch that other one. 8ZEN794, 6RTY996. License 6UHF158, 8JDR103. 8UTD094. See, license 8JNK458, 8JNK458, 7CVH332. And I did capture what is the fake sun right there, where the demons of NPA, these demons wearing hard hats, using company vehicles, engaging in state surveillance, or stalking in the path, using their vehicles as light in the path, and the fake sun is hovering directly over them. I'm already in Upland, California, having gone to what is documented the entity with the fake sun that's over the edge of the McDonald's. Remember this, okay? This is where I'm at, and I'm going into what is reminding you I'm inside of the McDonald's, subject to bathroom monitoring right now. The McDonald's is at 100 East Foothill Boulevard in Upland. I am on surveillance cameras in there. I exit. I show you the fake sun piercing right over the edge of that McDonald's. This is indeed the pattern of conduct. They're stalking. There are demons that are stalking, demons in all manner, whatever job you can fathom, whatever position. This is a demon-possessed population. It's 8:47 a.m. This is P.O.C. See, 8HJY492, 8HNA726, 8XMY802, 8EOJ912, 8U81393, C513171, watch Washington. 7EOJ611, 8GUC153, 00653D3, 66871C3, that's NPA, 8PYY387, 8H18077, 7FKF507, 3GLS062, 47552Z2, 8GKE715, 7Y2774, I believe. That is 7LOE376 and 7Y72774. 8YKY354, I think I read that one already. 6UKP689. 6KJD913. Ready? And the light source is remaining over me, just as I showed you while I'm at the museum, remaining in Ontario at a later time, keeping in step with me. NPA is now patrolling up and down the street, 68AOA, as was in a relevant position at the Meridian, now just driving up and down, crossing the path, being demons under the fake sun. 8VKT432, 52784P2, 8NJH053, 8YIE904, 7XSL041, 7CVY264, 7TMB545, 8XFH647, 5370U1, I believe, 5357OU1, 63039K2, 32E808, that's Nevada, 7SMU941, 7K54876 99689S2. That's National Sanitation, National Construction Rentals. Yeah, that's that license plate. License 7PYA471. License 7KBT140. 8UQP382. License 8ULM447. 8ZBA345. 7FEL499. All right, license 7KXY173, 7WYD183, 5BMB969, 7VIL535, 57566H3, license 8WTP650. And these minions that are wearing hard hats using construction equipment to create audible activity, and the fake sun is right over my head. And I did capture images of what is their relevant positioning under what is the scientific impossibility, the maintenance of the light source. These are demons engaging in state surveillance. 60775D3. License 8DEM071. License 8VXS861. 5VSS999. License 4PXZ413, 5YQL045. This is out of state, HSE 7806, that's Ohio. It's currently 8:52 a.m. I was at this time yesterday at the McDonald's, and the light source is hovering directly over me at the entrance of that McDonald's. 8RDX087, and that is what you're paying attention to while you hear noise. It's audible activity by demons who are in the path under what is a fake sun. 8NIN083, 8AXJ376, I believe. And that light source is deliberately present for the maintenance of presence on behalf of a government that is stalking by helicopters, as you have witnessed on podcast and video. And as is the ongoing this is long-term documentation. This is that ongoing pattern of conduct underway. It's currently 8:53 a.m. and I am at what is that 10 freeway entrance exit nearest the address of what is the emergency pet clinic. At what is 7th Street is where I'm walking now. 1234 OK1. 8SEM506, 8XPR971. And you are speaking of, not only is it impossible based on where I'm at yesterday at this time, 61972C3. The light source is over the same location at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, as I've documented as well, 7BQP746. And that's the latest time, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I have videos 11 o'clock in the morning, talking about 9 o'clock in the morning, same position. That's speaking to the ongoing pattern as I've documented it. License 7EQN880, 8PEN233, 8FDN619, 7ERG460. And these are the people of the state that engage in stalking as an entity, building up in traffic as a means of their systematic maintenance of presence. A bunch of demons that are following me around together. 8AEX045, 7LCU710. 96K S7E, that is CFI, US.070289. Got 2 drivers on there, an African American in the passenger seat, and you have a male driver as well. 8HCU989, 8X84480, 7GVM112. KITBTH, 8YWH317, I believe. 8YWH317, yeah. 5YJ270, 5394, 9P2, 8RIN459, 8ZML019, 6TDX950, 8KDR216, 8GSK693, 6JDX046, 6DRS222, H&M Hinkle and McCoy 34181S1, I believe. That is nonetheless that company, but I believe that's the correct license plate. License 5LHG397. 7LEM 219. BF 95 R00. 8MSZ 028. 7MRF 276. 1404972. That's Omnitrans. That's the same bus 1328 that I recited earlier. License 7DGS 244. 7ZLR 368. 13434C3. 8TYV 541. 8KLK 123. 8LKR 135. 6WRM 943. 5GXM 266. 8ZAU 129. It's currently 8:57 a.m. 8JYG 573. 7CJM 558. This is at Arco at 193 South Euclid Avenue. It's 9 a.m. License 7LSX 220. SPERRON. See license 8AJK 041. IMDRIPN. That third party documented at them in relevant position at their third party facilitating venue, which was off of 9th Street. Right, documented Pearl Street, the state stalked by helicopter in Upland, just like it was today in Ontario. License CRA 6081, that's Arizona. 8NWF 887. BF 61S78, that's paper. License 5FJR777, PRSC5, 8FNF 848, I believe. It's 9:06 a.m. 7ZIN 308. 7BMT 777, YNA 9CF, Arizona. 7BTSO, I can't really see that one. Let's try that one. 64350M1, that's Liberty Glass and Metal. BF 80L76, that's paper. License 8LVA491, a demon, directed light moving across a lore image, a third-party facilitating venue, a lore image located at 188 North Euclid. The minions at 7-Eleven in relevant position are monitoring while that demonic activity is underway, and the fake sun is right here over me in Upland at 9:07 upon my arrival, by the way. Not already present, as I came from the opposite direction from McDonald's, walking southbound to the Upland Public Library. It's currently 9:07 a.m., and I'm talking about yesterday. It is... See, license, yeah, right over there. All right, these minions stalking in the path at 7-Eleven. All right, this is not a rendition of the 80s and a car wash, unlike this minion that's creating audible activity under the fake sun at 7-Eleven is engaging in. Let me get this. Alrighty, I just want to show what is activity creation in this Latino male, very identifiable with a large tattoo on his back. He is goof stalking at gas stall number 3, I believe. And I captured the fake sun right over the 7-Eleven. Again, that's as I arrived. I'm in the entirely opposite location, coming from Upland already. Walking yesterday, I'm already here. This minion doesn't have a license plate. Let me show you. Present engaging in what is state surveillance with no license plate visible on their vehicle. That tattoo on his back is identifiable, and he's also on surveillance cameras. It's 9:08 a.m. 8MNN231, 8FUL247. You see these two Latino males are group stalking in the corner, maintaining presence, all right? That's what they're doing in the corner of that building over there. It is 9:08 a.m. Let's see. This is Smith Landscape, Claremont, California. Their license is 18341F3. All right, again, that minion with no license plates driving a Rubicon, Jeep Rubicon, black and red. Large tattoos all over his back. He looks like he's about 5'5". Latino with an overweight Latino male. It is currently 9:09 p.m. That is P.O.C. at 711 and 204 North Euclid Avenue in Upland. And license 8XET911. That's the Caucasian male he's monitoring with him. 7BHZ561. This is a demon engaging in demonic activity outside of what is the non-church, First United Methodist of Upland. You already know this. While directed light, which is demonic, a fake sun, which is demonic, is occurring while I'm on the grounds of this venue. 7KKS 713 is a demon crossing path. 8GAF 147 is another demon crossing path. I'm at C Street in Euclid Avenue. 6JVE 886 and 8ATR 872. And you see the fake sun right over this venue. That is not an actual church. It's another third-party facilitating venue where the state's engaging in surveillance. They call that venue a church. It's currently 9:10 a.m. I captured still images at light source that's remaining in alignment with me as I'm walking north on Euclid Avenue. 70MW064. 1SCKM2. 6HVR. Can't really see that. You can scratch that one. 7VMJ379. 7BCJ. I can't see that one. You can scratch that. 5VXG638. Oh 4477X2. 6LVT or VLT 763. That's a Nissan Altima, I believe. 8MYY 473. And it is currently 9:12 a.m. This is the creation of audible activity by the state acting directly. That's the fire department. As I began walking, this is stalking with activity that's demonic, and it's also terrorism while the state's engaged in federal stalking with the people. This is Upland Public Library where I'm walking to. It's 10:03 a.m. This is P.O.C. I already captured the state's fake sun upon my arrival to the property. All right, these minions inside of the Upland Public Library are stalking in the path. They're monitoring while the state sounds sirens as I begin walking to the entrance. I just want to be clear, this is a relevant position which you're looking at, and she is representing what all of them inside of the venue of Upland Public Library are doing, which is monitoring. They're stalking on behalf of the state that's engaged in surveillance. It's currently 10:04 a.m. P.O.C. All right, ongoing surveillance is underway, and this is demonic activity. And so I'm capturing images inside of the library. For example, this is a demon that's sitting in what is the Discovery Lab room, which is adjacent to the study rooms. I'm in study room number 1. This is called relevant positioning. All right, and so while you are present in what is a location inside of one of these study rooms, it's positioning on behalf of the government that's engaged in surveillance, monitoring with communication devices, and what is amplified audible activity inside of study room number 1, in the same way as I'm documenting the entity engaging in what is the maintenance of ongoing noise, loud booming and banging that is occurring while I am engaged in activity on a communication device, be it my cell phone, be it any computer, desktop, or like their laptops if I'm using it. This is stalking with activity that's demonic. The entity engaging in what is the amplification of what is the sound of children screaming and yelling and laughing and talking and running, which is supposed to be, this is impossible audible activity of demons who are in relevant position inside of the venue monitoring. And that is impossible. You cannot hear that through the walls. You're not going to hear that from up on the first floor, where those demons, the very ones I showed you images of, that's just a sample of the people of the state. The entities present engaging in state surveillance while these demons are sitting around holding hands of children that they have bore, talking about potty training, and they're demon possessed stalkers who are engaging in criminal activity, all right, bearing their children in tow. And the engagement of what is the creation of such a demonic audible activity that's demonic while you're creating what is impossible to naturally be heard through the ceilings and through the walls, that's demonic. Okay, this is revealing what are the demon possessed. While I'm surrounded by this environment, it is also for facilitating monitoring with communication devices by these demons inside of the venue. The entity at this time is amplifying what is the sound of a leaf blower, heard while I am inside of study room number 1. Okay, that's impossible audible activity. I want to be clear, this is the ongoing P.O.C. while I'm showing you an image of a demon-possessed stalker who was focusing their vision on a book, has a cup of coffee in their hand is engaging in criminal activity inside of the facilitating venue of the Upland Public Library. It does not matter what they are looking like. They are focused on. You have those that are clocked in on the, that are on the clock being paid to be here. They're engaging in surveillance on behalf of the government, the same government that is present stalking right now by helicopter, engaging in that ceaseless manner of terrorism and stalking. That pattern of conduct is underway inside of the venue. These are all demons who are surrounding inside of what is this venue. So you have the entity maintaining and cycling into what is directed light. I've already captured and documented the maintenance of directed light, that is engineered light, that is inside of this venue for the entirety of a day. The entity placed the fake sun for the entirety of the day, as I've also documented it. This is already documented. So you're talking about what is also demonic, as I'm showing you this impossible, this unnatural, this scientific impossibility with regard to what is, first of all, directed light, not sunlight, not the conduct of sunlight, not possibly occurring under what is also not even the sun while I'm documenting. For example, it's remaining over me in the city of Fontana. It would never be over the roof of the Upland Public Library, for Christ's sake. So you're talking about what is not even the sun. This is demonic while that light object is over me nonetheless. This, in addition to what is the demonic audible activity, this amplified audible activity, is revealing the demon possession of the people of the state who are present, stalking in the path at this venue on behalf of the government, who was stalking by helicopters, stalking by the people inside of the venue. All right. So I want to be clear. This pattern of conduct itself is revealing the demon possession of the people of the state while they sit around staring at books and bookshelves like they're focused on something else. That's nothing other than revealing what is the psychopath that is Satan present through people. All right. You were talking about a stalker that's engaging in trying to fool themselves. I documented the state stalking by helicopter the last night, the night before last night, and this morning, which is an ongoing long-term pattern of documentation. The entity has not gone anywhere with helicopter stalking, the method of stalking by helicopter. The more that I document, the more that I'm revealing their demon possession, the more hostile, the more aggressive. That's speaking to what is legislation that you bound these animals with. The demon possessed are animals, okay? And that's based on their conduct. And it is criminal and it's despicable. It's perverted and predatory. It is absolutely demented, all right? And malicious in every regard. So I want to document that. That's terrorism. While the entity is engaging in stalking with amplified audible activity while outside, and I'm standing on the block of I believe that was Euclid Avenue and Euclid Avenue and C Street. And this is speaking to where is this non-church, the First Methodist Church, whatever, where demonic activity is underway, surveillance is underway, criminal activity. I want to be clear, the entity is amplifying what is the sound of the Metrolink train. The Metrolink train is, with regard to my location at C Street and Euclid Avenue, it is south of my stance there. This is what I was documenting last night. The audible activity, though, of a train that is getting louder as I am documenting on my podcast about this impossible audible activity is sounding as though it is coming from what is behind me, coming from what is right in front, to my right as I'm standing at C Street in Euclid. I'm facing south, that is facing this non-church, the Upland Methodist Church, and across the street are houses. The audible activity is coming from this direction. All right. You can tell, you can perceive from, depending on how sharp your hearing is, you can perceive where sound is coming from. And it is not coming from where you would expect the direction of what is the train that is in front of you, that is south of you. The sound is not coming from this direction. This is very targeted to my location. In other words, it is also amplified. This is louder than it actually is. You're talking about what is amplification as I am in real time describing that. This is understanding what is demonic. Okay, this is terrorism. This is what the state is doing in bathrooms. That's where you're engaging in this demonic activity in the private space where surveillance is underway. Now you're understanding what's the sex offender. Okay, engaging in that ongoing surveillance and surrounding you while your panties are down with all kinds of noises while they're surveilling together. Okay, being weird demons that are then engaging in that weird demonic conduct as a group, pacing all around the building, keeping a fake sun, cycling directed light, amplifying weird noises inside of the bathroom while they're all monitoring on communication devices. This is the demon possessed. The demon possessed are animals. So I want to document that. It's 10:22 a.m. This is P.O.C. at the Upland Public Library. Alrighty, I am at 7-Eleven. You have a whole property full of people that are just sitting around stalking me, and it is so disturbing. This is the demon possessed, license 8G96828. This is a demon that's parked right in front of the entrance of 7-Eleven. This is all on surveillance camera as well. It's currently 6:04 p.m. and they're engaged in a molestation. All right, so license 5NJV728, license 4RBA140, 8HLK052, 6WES098, JA0DTA, that's Arizona. And I'm on surveillance cameras right now. That's a demon that had already walked away from their vehicle. They're using it as a means of audible activity creation while I walk to the back of it. 8ZXK337. That is walking out while they are inside of the store stalking, knowing exactly what I'm doing, tracking my steps, stalking at 7-Eleven. And you'll have what is using the alarm. That's a method of stalking with audible activity. Anyway, it's currently 6:05 p.m. I completed a purchase, which is on camera as well. 8 UAZ 662. And this minion over here with no back license plate is, no front license plate either. All right, this is a white male in a blue shirt, and I captured his image. You can clearly see it while he's engaged in surveillance at the 7-Eleven. It's currently 6:05 p.m. This is the 7-Eleven in Upland, California. This is P.O.C. All right, present with the intent to molest. It is an ongoing molestation, but they literally line up at intersections to touch with light. 8D72915, 8CMZ646. This is, by the way, 8th Street in Upland. So I'm walking down the street, 29532G3, 8UQE181. This is what the buildup of traffic is about. It's about maintenance of presence and touching with light. That's what demons do. 5EPP071, 7YJM, 428, I believe. I can't really see that one. 6YRK148, 49259M2. Go ahead. Go. License plate. This one is waiting to touch. These are stalkers. They are not being courteous. They're molesters. 6NJG764, 6UXP149, and 7LKY512. 7PNR439, 5PBN743, 8TSD133, 8LVD035. License 8ZJZ129, 8ZKT463, 7XJS636. All right, group stalking at what is the intersection of Olive Street and Euclid Avenue. License 8LLR919. Meeting in order to touch, and doing so on behalf of the people. This is a white woman and a male driving that vehicle. He's got a mustache. It's currently 6:14 p.m. 6:16 p.m. Amazon Prime crossing path at 7th Street. 7th Street in Euclid in Upland. Let's see. License 7PM U005 ARKS 5TJP370 69650J2 6TFM776. Let's see, license 8XLP465 6KWA192 B or 8W23752 7JTN405 8MQX529 8PAN801 8SZD961 7HMC753 WCX-259-A 8NHL304 7RKS169 5EXY101 8780583 6YPG707 6YNT751 8CWM342 8PIK847 7SJX516 PRZG HTM, I believe. See, 4181103 or D3. M68DTA, that's out of state. 34675Y1. 8RMN, not 496. I can't really see that whole play. 8BTV 346. 8GRB 192. 8CLF 668. 6ENH 208. 6WDX 342. CA92K18 paper. 7CSW 619. 37760Z1. BT957, I can't really see that one. 6ZHG411, I believe. 7MQOU50, I believe. 27050E1. 8VO7461. 7FGB588. 8BJC117. BF30F85 paper, 11877V2, 6SHN782, 8NWD118, 7LTK792, 8TUG195, 7NIH429, 7E68777, 8DYB, I can't look for that, you scratch that one, 7FNJ153, 8XYC507, engaging in terrorism, this is license 7JKZ600, 8YTR774, that's 680, I believe, 8SJU554. This is a demon using their hazard lights while the entity is molesting. This is facilitation while they're monitoring with communication devices. That is 6:20 p.m. as I stand there reading license plates. That's stalking in the path. This is what they're doing at every intersection where I stop to read license plates. License 8SYC151, 8DGR255, 8AZS183, 8UYJ878, 7LQA416, 7CJM504, 7WZU318, 8HJC178, 8PAN762, SNOPRO1, 97583K1, 6TQN272, 4415171, 8GJA019, and I'm gonna get this demon with the hazard lights on. I took an image of it, and this is the venue that is nearest 375 Euclid Avenue that engaged in that massive molestation, coming out while I'm being molested, and my shadows appearing on the side of the people's facilitating venue, because that's where the people are being documented, not present on any individual capacity. And those minions at that address of 375 Euclid Avenue are on their porch monitoring to what you hear, that train activity, while they are stalking in the path at 375 Euclid Avenue. They're outdoors engaging in affirmative conduct with the in the P.O.C. while the state's creating train activity. This demon is creating hazard lights. I'm being molested with directed light. 7YCF666. And at 359 Euclid Avenue in Upland, California, they are monitoring. License plate 8GOE391. And this vehicle with the license plate 7SMP703 is parked in front of the property, parked on the side of the road with left with the hazards on. This is facilitation by the people. Capturing the images of what is 375 South Euclid Avenue out on the front porch. Directed light is fanning out across the property. They are engaging in what is relevant positioning while creating flashing lights. Carrying on a conversation, this is the same iteration that particular demon engaged in at 375 South Euclid Avenue, where another demon, a female, is molesting with light and then pulls up, and he's engaging in what is just standing outside chit-chatting while he's monitoring, engaging in sexual violence on behalf of the state with the people who are patrolling around. All right, so let me be clear. It is currently 6:23 p.m. That is the people at 375 South Euclid Avenue who are monitoring the documentation and engage in repeated life-threatening conduct while they are aware that they've been documented. That's relevant to that prosecution. License 8MAF375, 7FVS964, 8HPJ505, license 7NSF376, 7EPR281, license 6KPF791, I believe, license 8MWJ802, 8DOH549, 8FGT871, 8UZM647, 23012N2, that's Siemens, 7FPV769, 8TBV124, 7WSX690, 70376E3, 6K, I can't wait for that one. License 8NZA038, 8PJT965, I already read that one, in case I didn't. 6ZBC035, 8RON754, 7FQD399, 8FKR267, 7KWF562, KODCO, I believe. Can't really see that clearly. 8FTK594, 6AQZ602, 8NZA038, in case I didn't read that one, and CRZEYEZ, 6HZG899, 8EDS792, 5Y, I can't really see that one, 7ADS177, 8DLK793, 8Y, I can't see that one, 8 LER 663, 5 FUZ 692, 8 U.S.C 567, 8 NNL 870, 6 PGG 092, license 7XDZ 932, 7 RKL 355, 8 967 1K2, 8 YFU 781, 6 TWR 269, 7 XKA 887, 8 VDH 399, 7 LVD 025, 8 A, I can't really see that one, 7 NAL 635, 8 NK 364, I think, 8 BMR 406, 8 SVV 006, 8, I can't see that one, 8 TW2, wait, that is 8 TWZ 262, 8 YZL 564, 8 ERA 538, 8 HPC 530, 8 XVM 467, 8 RBH 002, 8 NMT 092, 8 BGK 291, and the demon that is, again, engaging in facilitation in front of the venue, that is facilitation. It is entirely demonic, while the people of the state engage in this method of surrounding me with flashing lights. It's entirely demonic. It is the demonstration of demon possession. RHF 5023, Texas 60386G2. They engage in this conduct not only because they are demons and sex offenders, just like 3VOR 693, engaging in sexual violence and then trying to accelerate away, which is also the creation of audible activity while a perpetual sex offense is underway. You are speaking of what is facilitation, that is enabling everyone else in relevant position to engage in the pattern of conduct as well, to engage in what is criminal monitoring with communication devices as well, in addition to what is the government. Remember, it's not only the people that these cockroaches that are surrounding, swarming all around, following from corner to corner, it's also the government that is stalking, doing it through the people. All right, the people play a role, a forefront. All right, they are a pivotal role with regard to the government's engaging in surveillance. All right, group stalking in the parking lot. They are monitoring on communication devices while that ongoing sex offense is underway. That's what stalking in the path with light is about. 8 VJL 461, 8 UNF 382, 8KBY 924, 7 EQG 571, F star ITH1, let's see, 8 ABP 967, 8 SCW 835, 8 SEK 964, 8 AZG 335, 8 GVP 462, 8 GFC 586, 8 WWS 476. These are black folks sitting in this white Honda, this Odyssey, an operational communication device, monitoring while I'm on the opposite side of the corner, and being surrounded with what are flashing lights, hazard lights, and demons molesting with directed light. They're monitoring. License 7 EQG 571, license 7 SOP 590, B-O-O-S-E, and 8 YMD 730, because I didn't read that one already. This is back here where there's a Stone Ridge Academy, 20 West 7th Street, the emergency pet clinic. This is where I'm showing you the fake sun in the early morning, in the afternoon, and in the latter part of the evening. 8 BP 967. And they're just back here in the parking lot, maintaining presence, monitoring with communication device while all manner of, it's demonic while they engage in that conduct to its surveillance by demons for stalking. That is out of what is that condition of being demon possessed. But you have what is, while this demonic environment that I'm capturing while I'm documenting on the other corner, they're over here monitoring in relevant position with communication devices. All right, so I want to be clear on that. It's 6:29 p.m. V 64970, you could scratch that one, I can't really see it. But the people that are monitoring, well, again, this was the case last night, I just didn't come back here and get their license plate. The people were monitoring relevant position with the fire department, with the American Medical Response, with the Upland Police Department, 5JOF 602. This is a property parked right here next to the property where I just got through reading through that parking lot. License 8823 537. This is the venue right here on 7th Street. Yep, you got them parked in the neighborhood, stalking in the path with light. That's what monitoring is about. Just sitting all in the side streets, using their vehicles as light. License. Good. Molesting with light on the property. It's a method of stalking with activity. 4ZSS 362. License 15031V1. APJT 965. This demon coming by to molest with directed light. 6XMZ 668. And this is license 7VXK 793. They definitely are monitoring directed light appearing in the darkness. That's not occurring with headlights. It's facilitation. They are in relevant position inside of whatever venue where they live, and they are monitoring with communication devices. I'm gonna get this demon's license plate. It is 7XKX597. This is the intersection of 7th Street and White Avenue. Maintaining light around the perimeter. This is a demon over here. License plate 68NM372 is monitoring with this demon. And then they turn on their headlights as I begin speaking about them. This is a psychopath that is stalking in the darkness, listening to its own criminal conduct being documented. This is the reality of what the demon possessed are doing. License 8THW956. And that's a molestation. It is currently 6:33 p.m. 1463461. That's a California exempt license plate. License 1442369, a California exempt license plate. 6Z37061. That's an old Dodge truck. I'm gonna read it anyway. Let me be clear. This property is engaging in this. Excuse me, not this property. The people of the state are on this street. There is no exception with regard to, first of all, demonic possession. Second of all, this criminal system. And so those presumably government actors that live at this property with a California exempt license plate, you got a demon in front of that property. 8THW956 engaging in surveillance, which is facilitation, and those minions are monitoring with those California exempt plates. I want to point that out. 7ZQC 888, 7ZAK 487. They were parked right in front of this property where you've got California exempt. They're not exempt from prosecution. They're not exempt from being identified conclusively as what our demon possessed. You don't have to physically meet them. You don't have to meet them. You don't have to know them. You don't have to know how often they're sitting in a church on Sunday. Has nothing to do with that. It is currently 6:34 p.m. License 71025H1. License 7SFC 444, I believe. Let me see that one. TPB 503. 8BGX 826. XCU 630. 8BVJ 503, I believe, or 403. Can't really see it. This demon's speeding down the street. License plate. See, oh, I can't see any license plate there, but I can see 4WTE 517. and 7BYM 689-24308K2. License plate 7K. One second. This is 7KDD090. 6MAL051. License 2531522. 8TED184. 5NDZ780. 7Z32341. And again, I'm speaking to what are the minions that live right here in relevant position, where an ongoing sex offense is underway. That's the reality of what is molesting with directed light. This is the government that's stalking, placing you under surveillance, and perpetually touching you, which it has no right to do, let alone no right to stalk in order to surveil. License 8UBA438. And this is the same location where I was at yesterday. And I'm just pointing out what is the ongoing criminal pattern of conduct while you have those who have California exempt license plates. I'm using this as an example because you need to get past whatever barriers you hold in your mind with regard to those who couldn't possibly be engaged in what is criminal if they work for the government. 8SZA946, or they're important enough to have a California exempt license plate. This is demonic activity. And you're talking about what is criminal. It's a state system. It is built in. And you have what is the demented pattern of conduct, and there is no exception to that. And so while the entity, let me remind you, is stalking by helicopter at this exact same intersection, those are minions in relevant position with California exempt license plates with the rest of those minions that are surrounding in relevant position, all of them monitoring together. Okay, so that's what I want to remind you about. 8PSR246. FR836 handicap. 8DGD742. 7GXT141. 6XMZ668. F617YE. That looks like Utah. Yeah, it's Utah. License 68186X2. 8LAS652. 6FGE677. 7PYA471. 7A64399. 7FOE254. 6NXL162. 7X28587. License 6APB790. That is Metrolink. Or that'll be attributed to Metrolink. 6TAN822, as impossible as that audible activity is. License 7FQN351. 5WJB725. You're witnessing demon possession. You don't have to meet them. They are inside of their venues where they live, and I'm reading their license plates, and they're monitoring that. They know exactly where I'm at, what I'm doing. You were talking about what are the same demons, 27164X2, the same demons who are driving during the day under what I'm showing you is the fake sun. And while these demons are driving by just one after another, right, and directed light spewing all across my person, the grounds, the walls, the buildings, 8DCX294, these are the same demons, 8SSP399, the same demons that are driving by a vehicle. If I'm sleeping in a car, that are stalking know exactly where I'm at. And that directed light, that engineered light is being shot into a vehicle, targeted into a car, one after another. These are the same demons. It's one entity. All right, the same entity engaging in what is the creation of impossible audible activity, the same ability to what is know that the condition of those around you, the demon possessed, while the state is creating train activity at the venue of G Street and Fern, which is impossible audible activity as well. That's how you know the demon possessed surround you. It is currently 6:41 p.m. 6XUM 413, 8 BBG 487. The people that are molesting with this demon crossing path, 8 UEF 326. It's 6:41 p.m. 5 JMN 352. 8 DND 927. License 8 TUY 478. 7 RCC 197. 62140F3. 8XZ8 T89. 7TZ 174. I'm missing a character. That's substantially similar to that. It is 6:43 p.m. Let's see. 121RG handicap. License 8YCD 280. 8RZS 384. 8FNG 738. 6ZLS 638. 7VPP 952. 6RK 8224. 8TAK 605. CA52U74 paper. 8JFE 928. 5BEM 880. 60318F1. 7BHZ 594. 39881D3. FZ251 handicap. 8WMW. I can't really see that one. You can scratch that one. It is 6:45 p.m. 8FPG 154, 8NVJ 192, 8J45969, 5YHM 699, 5XAA 381, 7SHS 516, 8DMH 887, 5NLD 55. Can't see the last one. 5NQJ 501, I believe. 8K QR 466. I read that one already. 7LDS 805. 6KBF 985. 6TLE 932. 5YSY 948. 6K39549. 7AO 6578. It's 6:45. Yeah. 8ARE 412. 7WME 095. 8EBR 820. SHBOOTS. 7YGS 821. 8XWF 928. 6ZCY 211. 7EKD 7EKD 600. 19LBS, license 1517350, that's a school bus. BONDGRL. 8UMM, I can't see, 031, I believe. 7VAR 162. 8SBT 257. 7K60156. 7ZJA 380. 7ZKV 485, I believe. BF92U89 paper. 7WTS 681. 8E BR 820. 8XNT 922. 7LHS 191. 74548Z2. 7CKM 086, 6RMD 674, 7FWR 176, 8WKX 626, 8HXW 943, 7DNB 580, 6HPR 113, 7MWD 699, 7NYW 216, 8ZXU 078, 8KVY 147, I believe, 7RZC 624, 8CSX 066. Yeah, that is 7NXW 216. That's the correct license plate. 8WRZ 979. I think I read that one. 5BEZ 131. 7REE 570. 8EJA 142. 8EG. I can't see that one. 7TSL 714. 5. Oh, I read that one already. B50180, 8EJA 142, 7REF 570, 7DBC 523. A and F towing. I don't see no license. 7BPN 585, 7XXL 137, 7XMT 386, 8UAJ 589, 8XSX 199, excuse me, 199, 7CFN 439, 6VTA 716. See, 8XJV 429, 8UGA 589, 8GDX 302, 8YBB 821, 6CLC 407, 8RQF 547, 8GQY 189, 5GGX 432, 7TWH 563, 6WXG 260, 8YPA 529, 8KJE 672, 7XMT 386, 8TWA 064, 8LEF 244, MZJ J44, I believe. I can't really see that one. That's Texas. 8GQV 628, 8WLJ 946, 7WMD 184, 8JTG 333, 7ZOC 039, K648DO, CZ098 handicap, 8VHA 962, 7YSC 328, 8JBF 598, 4YU, I can't really see that one, 8PTJ 637, 8JWN 816, excuse me, 8JWN 816, 8XLN 161, 8THS 696, YAAH, 7GWB 141, read that one, 6SWU 500, 7AGV 887, 7Y10223, 8SHG 554, 8UNE 431, 4967903, 8ZQD 906. It's currently 6:51 p.m. 8GML 362, 7ELH 047. Let's see, 8U20071, 5Z806H3, 6GBY, I can't see the rest of them. License 6HTA 309, 8LIN 866, 6TTE 500, and I can't really see that one. 7FFW 668, 7JCL 192, 8YRA 541, 8GRB 223, 8UAG 105, 8XKA 186, 8HSD 653, I can't see that one, 8XVX 324, 5KBC 471, 8HBA 980, 6ZRU 656, 15435L2, 8VOX 753, Swinnerton 72395A2, 8EIP 673, 7LKP 359, 26337J2, 8PBV 141, Swift Night Transportation Holdings, crossing path. License star ST UDED, I believe. Can't really see it though. 7JSD239, 8VOZ 703, 43791T1, 7HHA 537, 32218B3. My shadow moving across this demon's vehicle, 8TPC 165. They're on the opposite side of this freeway exit. They're monitoring. All of them are. Just want to point that out. BF85K10, and they're all demons as well that are monitoring. 7857447, 7HVZ126, 6TBV028, 5, I can't see that one. 6V82053. They're funny. CMBTVT. That's a different looking license plate. MRSGPZN. ACS 7474, BM62W50, that's a paper plate on SC Fuel, US.3187286. License 6SON820, license 6WJH915, 8PEF459, BF96T39 paper, 7TAM536, 5DVH244, 6TBV028, 7BLX956, EP06740. That's a tow truck. License 7WOG392. I can't see that license. 8XL3208, 7YOU308, 5JST704. 7HCB234, 19267C3, 7NHU094, 7TPH517, 7AWM737, 7CGC247, 8TIZ776, 8TRH039, 8XIK853, 7GMK901, 8289272, 8YEX929, JLC Heart LMC. They're both demons. License 8XWF904, 7BNU521, 16112V2, 7YDN075, 8P97101, 7UEU179, 8FCS095, 8TXF505. It's 6:55 p.m. 8FEX245, 7YSE002, BS94G29, I believe, 7WJG374, 7AGJ075, 4, I can't really see that one, 7BFE939, 6MGG949, BS88926, 7CLS009, 8JSS512, 5VCH819, 8TND526, read that one, 7RWB916, 8ELJ398, 6XBN202, 05793F3, 6YGC090, 62757 handicap, 7KJD898, 7GSY865, 7NJU963, 7ZIK647, 8SHV967, 6KUB168. Currently 6:57 p.m. 6PSV917, 7ZKZ899, 315-7114, 8JPG, I can't really see the rest of that one. That is Omnitrans Crossing Path though. License 7TLF404, 6WZR481, 8SHV967, read that one, 7GSY865, 7NJU963, 5TRU285, 7YSJ204, 8VEP703, NX880227, 8SPZ953, 736, 8SGN 855, 8WDV 013. 7MLT 784, 7NDL 753, 7HMG 728, 14069M1, 7PIZ 626, 7FCU 758, 7MLT 284, 6XCA 010, 8NXD 254, YRKEKO7, 6ZYH 821, I believe. 51737L2, 6AAE 761, 7UFH 056, CA8C 517, I believe, paper, if that was correct. License 7PTZ 676, 35252N2, 8NDW 369, I believe, 7M, I can't wait to see that one. 5RFR 685, 8XGK 176, 04488C2, that's Terminex, 8FNW 727, 8UOQ 607, 8GLD 146, I believe. Can't really see it. 7RQS 783, 7VPC 953, 8DOR 581, 6XCA 010, 8DSH 374, 8KKD 081, 8RCG 491, 7NSK 863. It's 6:59 p.m. 7RYR 423, 8MFL 871, and it's currently 6:59 p.m. License FEMFOOD 7FQR 286, 8VIM 643, 7J 70734. License EX197 handicap. All of them molesting. And again, engaging in what is the intent to engage in that sexual violence. They are coming to this specific location where I'm at for the purpose of touching with light, for the purpose of stalking, crossing paths with communication devices. License 6SWV939, 8LHF416, 8P97056, 6YNS893. 7RAA338, 8MNA313. See, 7TTZ063, I believe. 02378N2, 8BQF329, 7TME570, 8UEW174, that was 8UEW, 7GAN065, 5VGG769. 7EQU821, 8YHE343, 60582N1, 6V45387, 7EJB239, 90420J1, 8XCK496, 6MEH991, NGSJEEP, probably. License 8C35055. Yeah, that's NGSJEEP. 6SJJ543, read that one. 7MME417. 8YJZ734. 8ROD147. 8KO2630. 7WGL564, 5JXK625, 8TTG578, 8XDE033, 7VPN520, 8AHF678, 87462D2, 8NXK128, 51547882. 7ZXP294, license 8WPV041, 8AZM 381, 7FEE 764, UPS crossing path, getting on the freeway on the opposite side. License plate 8BRT003, 8PEX066, and this is license 6MIY711, AM-1142-A. I'm sorry, 8XIE910. That's Metrolink engaging in the P.O.C. while they're crossing path. License plate 8FBH105, 6KGA307, 8MGL851, 8JKM349, 8CGV894, 7HGM630, 8FTR046, 8MBD452, 6ZXL225, 4YTS638, 8NRG891, CB16G76 paper. 95845G2, 8VSA692. I'm sorry, 24641V2. 8WIH150, in case I didn't read that one. FIR046, I read that one. And I read 4YTS688. License 7K69699. 6BJA905, 6YDR943, 8PQT494, 6VGF174, 8FSY304, 6LVZ466, 8NKN654, 7YLD288, 6HJV830, license 6MEC548, and this is license 59496W2, 6RWN050, 8YPA656, 5SLP070, 8DGR255, likes to cross path, 5AOJ032, 8PHY621, 7YGL38, so you read that one, 8ERP694, 8JPC504, 18962E3, 6931722, 6WGB168, 6S and I can't really see that one, 67TAG081, I believe. It's currently 7:06 p.m. 8BCK303, 62519M2, 6PJF829, Amazon Prime crossing path on the freeway. License plate 8SCP820, 54636C1, 7TTL396, I can't really see that one, 90468H2. And this utility truck is a license plate 26275T1, 8NSV951, 7APL044, 7JLS921, 7KKA712, 7TLF396, in case I didn't read that one. see, 8R XK834, 8J06054, 390233G3, 8XSS706, 6Y03362, CBZ4K55 paper, GAILUPY, 8ZMK815, 8VGL721, 86905D3, 8WBX377, and it's currently 7:08 p.m. License 7JMF773, 8NSA270, because I did not read that one. Let me get this license over here, this truck. License 7UGG957. This truck is license plate 80611H3. NHW0561, that's Texas. The license, that's Van Hool. CB43R1, that's a paper plate. Van Hool, a coach, crossing path, 8HGK948, 7HCZ632, 90584D3, 7DER372, 8JZH508, 7VXA843, 8MWU733, license 03914P2, 5KEF170, 8CYH371, 5YSE919, 6RTY996, 8FVV738, 6TOP184, 6RQJ207, 8MWU733, because I didn't read that one, 6ZEH981, and let's see, 8ZNY808, 33533J3, I believe. See, 8VRJ332. That is 33533J3. See, 19271C3. 5NKG715. 5YSF919. 8JPB596, 8SSF064, 8KNZ055, 8LRS360, 6AUD166, 7RLX885, 35106X2, 8LRS360, 40312C1. It is currently 7:11 p.m. These are the demon-possessed, sex-offending group stalkers, the people of the state of California, as they will be prosecuted under that title. It is currently 7:11 at what is the 7:11 p.m., not the third-party facilitating venue. It is 7:11 p.m. and this is documentation of the people of the state. They are engaging in what is repeatedly crossing path. That's called patrolling. It is demonic. Their condition is one of demon possessions. They are patrolling in what is engineered light. This is demonic light. This is stalking with light, and this is maintenance on behalf of the government. The government is using the people in order to continuously just cross the path. That's what group stalking is. It's demonic, which is relevant to terrorism, and it's also criminal with regard to federal stalking with communication devices. It's currently 7:11 p.m. This is P.O.C. 8YTJ533. License 8L76625 and 8KFW689. 7SMU941, 8SYF521, 7LVN739. 7LVN338. BN858 B70. BN85B70. That's a paper plate. License Elite Tree Care. There ain't nothing elite about demon-possessed stalking. BF76B36 is a minion. Using that commercial vehicle to stalk somebody. License 8FCT038, 7SWV715, 7HCP569, 8TVS319 or 219. 8XIV490. It's currently 7:14 p.m. At 5th Street in Euclid, license plate CGJM151, I believe. 8POU170, 6YEZ 690, 5XXU793. Get this demon's license plate. License DUALLY1, 7:21 p.m. Molesting is a stalker. License 74144R1. Demons driving through the directed light that this demon is aiming. Again, that's 74144R1. Monitoring with the demons inside of what is the La Familia de Dios Iglesia at 1305 Euclid Avenue. This is demonic activity, and they're monitoring with communication devices. 5WTD963. Those are, again, demons with a license 74144R1, molesting while stalking and monitoring with the state and with these demons inside of this church. 8NHR945. It's not a real church. That's the point. 8GAZ974. It is 7:22 p.m. at 4th Street in Euclid. 7XIF652. BU48S99. And 8WLR529, I believe. 8SOUL246. 7HUK472, excuse me. 6GVE516. 4PXZ714, I believe. 8WVU810. All those demons. Every single last one of them. Meeting up at the intersection where I'm at. Demons just following from place to place. Following the one that's going to prosecute them to. That's why they're following me. They're inferior. And they're following to their own detriment. That's really what's going on with regard to why they're following. You're talking about what is demonic. The criminal conduct, that federal prosecution is actually secondary. You have the people engaging in the conduct of minions. The unheard of, unfathomable, unprecedented, demented conduct of stalking a person together. Like how pathetic and shameful that would be to admit that you're engaged in that with someone else, which is what the demon possessed are doing while they engage in it together. All right, and you're talking about what is the rationale for that. There is no rationale, but I'm going to let you know what it is. This is born of what is demonic activity, and that is the explanation for it. And I've also shown you what is the demonic environment, the scientific impossibilities that are surrounding the demented pattern of conduct by a people who are doing so on behalf of a government. And it's currently 7:29 p.m. This is P.O.C. Alrighty, demons monitoring, and this is indicated by the ongoing environment. When you are paying attention to the environment that you're in, you are talking about what is stalking with activity. As I look up to just touch my neck, all right, just rubbing my neck a little bit, and a demon is creating noise. And let me be clear, this is not necessarily a person that's actually honking their horn. This is the form for audible activity. I am revealing what is demonic conduct. In the same way, an earthquake is not created by using a blender. This is demonic conduct. So you have what is audible activity occurring with simultaneity to what I do abruptly. That's demonic. And it is occurring under the guise of what is a car horn. Okay? It is or is not actually a demon that's sitting in their car honking their horn. Understand that. All right? So it's 29555Y1. These are demons who are monitoring. 6TXT956. These are symptoms of what is surveillance that you're subject to. It's entirely demonic. I just want to document that. It's 7:31 p.m. at 8th Street, H in Euclid, license plate 8XJZ656. License 4FJU149. Monitoring at American Inn. You have a demon that's using the driveway to exit out, that's stalking in the path with light. Turning on their headlights while they do so. They're using their vehicle as a means of creating light activity. They're demons. This is American Inn that I heavily documented. The state was keeping its fake sun over me while I'm at this venue. And they're monitoring right now as well. I just want to speak to where I'm at, and I've already documented this venue. This is P.O.C. License 8XGG685. All right, capturing an image of the demon that they're pacing together. This is 8XJZ656, who is parked. He reverses, and then you have the other demon who I took a picture of. They engage in what is accelerating in reverse toward me in order to drive through the little pathway for the bank. They're pacing, all right, and they are stalking in the path using their reverse lights in doing so. The Bank of America is nothing but a facilitating venue where they're engaging in presence, stalking at Bank of America. Stalking with Bank of America, actually. 6PMJ888, 5NIA669, light activity. And this is patrolling at the ATMs. License plate, look at this. 6PMJ888, pacing at the drive-thru. Driving forward and backwards in front of the ATM while they're in line. These are demons that are pacing. License plate, let me get all these demons for you. License 8KVK117. License ACA1B70. This is a paper plate, black Honda Civic, Latina female, BD40108. And this demon that I captured in the image, license 7ZQV098. They're on surveillance cameras at Bank of America, 735 Euclid Avenue in Ontario, California. This is P.O.C. Alrighty, monitoring next door. This is an Asian female in the back parking lot. Stalking and monitoring with these minions that are using Bank of America as present. 7CTH445 is a license plate. That's a Acura SUV. And that's an Asian female with a boy haircut. It is currently 7:40 p.m. That's impossible audible activity while this demon with the paper plate, who I already read her license, she's monitoring, keeping in stride with me as I walk out. That's again license AC41B70. That's a black Honda Civic. P.O.C. 7:40 p.m. 8XJZ456. All right, the same thing. This demon stalking in the path with light as I walk past 7CTH445. That's the Asian female who was with the boy cut. She's stalking on the opposite side of the parking lot, and that's because I walked through in order to get their license plates. So she goes to her vehicle, starts making noise. This is audible activity. Directed light is all over the place, remember. And then you have what are demons that are just maintaining presence all around, driving all around, pacing all around. You are pacing in a vehicle, going forward in reverse. They're not failing to drive properly. They are demons that are pacing. And it is entirely pathetic while they look like the cockroaches that they are. You know, cockroaches act in packs. That's exactly what they're doing. It's currently 7:41 p.m. Belfour Environmental is monitoring with what is Union Pacific and Amtrak. We'll assign it to them since I'm in Ontario. And this is impossible audible activity. Nonetheless, those companies will be prosecuted for that. That's terrorism. It's facilitation. BF96T39 paper. 61885G1, 94942X2. Um, 8URL262, I believe. Can't really see it though. 6UAK319. It is currently 7:42 p.m. At G Street and Euclid Avenue, where Mission Furniture is, they're monitoring in relevant position while demons are lined up at the traffic light to molest 6NLA620, 8SFX080. No license plate on that demon. Who knows they're being documented? CPUALES, 7AED455. It's currently 7:42 p.m. Lining up at the light in order to touch. License plate. You see 8EOE543, 8URE205, 8HYR486. These are the same demons stalking where I was sleeping in a vehicle. They're driving by, stalking, directed light moving across 325 West G Street, fanning out across that property while they are stalking just like they're stalking now as I'm walking outside. A demon maintaining presence at the sidewalk. They're not crossing the street. They're not going anywhere. They're stalking in the path. 8WUK734. All right, that's the terrorism by the people who are walking around you, driving all around you at work while they are monitoring you. 5XYT511. You are indeed stalking while you're on the clock at a facilitating venue, and you're a demon doing so. You will be as ferociously prosecuted. It is currently 7:43 p.m. Bucket crab crawfish monitoring at that property. Demons sitting in their parking lot, sitting on the side of the street, using their vehicles and stalking in the path with light. And of course, El Pescador, where I showed you the fake sun this morning, and I reminded you about the fake sun that I captured at 6:33 a.m. And every other hour of the day, actually, that I've captured that particular intersection. 8HMB313, that is speaking to what is a facilitating venue, and every single last person inside of that venue is called what is present in relevant position while I remain subject to a molestation with engineered light while they're monitoring with communication devices. And it's currently 7:44 p.m. This is a demon license plate 8LJG069, touching with light as they are turning onto the street, and the distance is never going to be touching any wall, let alone my person. That's the mark of demon possession. License 8TRW365, 5BEC257, 7SVR967, 8YXF357, I believe, 6FGH93L, 41084G1, 734HTW. License plate 8EFD813, 8UGP550. $74546K1, M392VO, 8TRW365, 8TTJ. Can't really see the rest of them. 33628S2, 7PVB074. This is Gloria's Cochinas, who you hear creating audible activity. License 8XQL950. License 7WIV183, 8F27S51. It's paper plate. License 8HMN677, 7YBX101, 8WML734, 1493429. And this demon, license 7ZHY537. The entity flies right over me while I'm walking past what is Herradura de Oro. That is a third-party facilitating venue. They are monitoring inside of what is a non-church, not an actual church. It's nothing other than a building with the words La Voz on it. 5BGT136. They use their La Voces to create audible activity while I'm walking by, being molested with directed light, stalking with the state, engaging in demonic activity together. 6NQH868, and then calling itself a church. 8TO2191. The entity flying right over while I'm walking on Euclid Avenue, flying right over the storefronts. 7HNC 056, I believe. It is currently 7:52 p.m. 7NOE248, 8BZF031, 74870N2, 6ZCJ729. They are also monitoring while the state flies over me while I'm walking on Euclid Avenue. You got a demon that's stalking in the path using their vehicle as flashing light, creating light activity, excuse me. This is right here at what is Furniture Dreams, Gabby's Furniture, where I showed you the fake sun that remained over me last Sunday. In direct conflict with being anywhere in the city of Upland at any time of the day, but that's what the state did because the entity is engaging in stalking with a light source. And those demons at Gabby's Furniture / Furniture Dreams at B Street in Euclid, where I showed you, I took a picture of it right over my head at 1:02 p.m. And then I remained here, and you remember what is the state keeping its fake sun over me here and then setting in alignment here at the Ontario Town Square. Demons have an issue with regard to, while they listen to me document them, they'll engage in a especially targeted pattern of conduct, iteration of the pattern of conduct. So as I'm walking past Herradura de Oro, which I specifically named this morning in my video showing the fake sun, and then reminding you how it was setting essentially over that building at 5:12 p.m., you'll have the demons that engage in prosecuting themselves while they provide more documentation and I publish it. License 8HNM677 is monitoring with the minion that's using their hazards. and monitoring with the state that's flying over. Monitoring with this minion that's coming to molest, 7WYC830. That is the sex offender, Gabby's Furniture. On their truck in relevant position, monitoring with the state, terrorizing with that demon using their method of light activity, using their hazards. All right, my shadow is reaching across the street on a brick wall. All right, that's over 25 feet away from me. That is impossible light activity. This is a molestation. And that furniture store is nothing other than a facilitating venue. La Voz, that's a facilitating venue where you have a bunch of Spanish-speaking minions who call themselves a church. They're engaged in sexual violence right now. They're in relevant position monitoring. License plate, 6YFD066. That's P.O.C. License plate, 8DRA396, 7UOA 8479, 8LCY 059, 7MAW 012, 8YZK 514, 8XRY 780, 1576 887, vehicle 1003. That's Ontario Police who are going to federal prison. Engaging in terrorism while the state hovers over with commercial airline planes. And that's at the moment where OPD crosses path visibly, by the way. 7VCN 687, I believe. The Ontario Police Department are engaged in obsessive stalking. 7ZTS 718 with the people of the state. All right, and that's also why the people of the state are speaking to, you're talking about criminal summoning. They're going to federal prison as they engage in that repeated pattern of criminal summoning with the demon-possessed police agency with whom they are monitoring and stalking. Okay, it's currently 7:56 p.m. This is P.O.C. License plate 2X80372. License plate 8ZJP337. I believe these are the demons of, let's see, the widely publicized demon-possessed Ontario Police Department. Let me see. I want to speak to what they're engaging in right now. 7TRG188. Let me look for that infamous. Yes, indeed. Okay, this is demonic activity that the OPD is engaging in, besides the fact that they're group stalking and they're in direct light, they're demons. J3A9EE, that's Arizona. In Ontario PD, as I've named them, they're monitoring with the people. So they're holding hands, engaging in the criminal conduct while I'm documenting the people. Understand it. That's always the case, by the way. So the demonic activity, this is demonic. Aiming light and then demons pacing in it, which creates flashing light. That's what these demons of the Ontario Police Department are doing. I wanted to see who exactly that was engaging in that. And that is the demons in what is a SUV vehicle aiming this is direct light. It's not headlights that create shadows on a brick wall while you are across a massive street, 8ZRE880, creating shadows of vehicles when there's no light touching the vehicles. It's a method of creating dynamic light. All right, you're talking about what is very highly unsophisticated. This demon engaging in that act of terrorism with the people of the state, that's license 1567617. That's a white male, vehicle 1896. That is a whole demon-possessed psychopath engaging in this ritualistic conduct with light. That is a hallmark. All right, it's the mark of what is demon possession. This is the demon that has on a uniform identifying itself as a law enforcement officer. Let me be clear, this is a very violent psychopath. This is the reality of what is that condition. It is shared by all these demons that are sitting at a stoplight together, stalking me, waiting to touch, monitoring with communication devices with those demons of the Ontario Police Department. They're one entity. They're all in the directed light together. They're all under the fake sun during the day together, okay? They all have that same demonic spirit on them. License plate, 73. I can't really see that one. That is what is so phenomenal, spectacular. It's pathetic. It's very sad, but it is what it is, and you prosecute accordingly. 5HZN184. The criminal conduct is too egregious to pause and shake your head at that. You just address it. And that was literally the police, law enforcement agent. They're literally the ones that engage in kidnapping as well. But I'm saying that's literally law enforcement engaging in that absolutely terrorizing criminal conduct, stalking with light, creating that light. It is literally the act of Satan itself while they aim this light and demons drive through it. This is the pacing conduct. It's absolutely demented. License plate 8YHW948, 8RCL267, 6YYB 885. There's another demon of OPD crossing path. License 8D. I can't really see that one. I'm laughing because it's pathetic, not because it's funny. It's pathetic. All right. And the dangerous psychopaths, the criminals that the Ontario Police Department are, has been shown as a matter of objective evidence. I've documented their criminal conduct that I have been subject to, that I remain subject to right now. That is also going to why they are going to federal prison. They are monitoring the documentation in real time. An American citizen who was I am literally cataloging their criminal activity as they continue to engage in it. 8YLS 771 is engaging in criminal conduct with the Ontario Police Department. Okay, this is what is so unprecedented about federal group stalking and monitoring. All right, and you're talking about all the ways in which law enforcement agencies that are infected with demon possession, engaging in criminal conduct, federal stalking in that position, let alone the acts of obstruction of justice, kidnapping, theft of everything that I own, not just my car, everything that I own. And because you thought that you were going to silence me and then kidnap me and then defame me, not enough to kidnap me and take my, but then try to put me in a mental ward. All right, and so you're talking about, I mean, you're going to federal prison for that and you're not getting out. All right, this is a matter of justice. You're understanding what is a criminal intent behind engaging in such malicious and evil. That's absolutely wicked and demented. It's beyond just criminal. All right, criminal is enough to prosecute and put in federal prison, but you need to understand the core of that. It is absolutely evil. And this is what is working in these people. This is demonic conduct. All right, and it is occurring in plain sight. I am removing the veils, all right, off of your eyes. Open your eyes and pay attention, because it's not even sophisticated. It's not intelligent. It's not intricate. Anyone can recognize what it is that I'm pointing out to you that's right in front of your face. All right, and then you're talking about what is this an ongoing pattern. It's very clear to see what's stalking. And then you're doing it in a specific environment, and this environment is not even anything that is naturally occurring. You are in every way surrounded by evidence of what is an ongoing criminal and demented system. It's demonic activity in your face, and it's also serving a criminal purpose by the government. All right, so it's currently 8:02 p.m., and I just want to speak to that. Those are the demon-possessed agencies, the Ontario Police Department, and again, they continue to provide what is the template for disbanding what are infected, and that's exactly what they are. They are infected. If you want to put in as infected as what is a pus-filled, infection, whatever you want it. That's how infected they are. You're talking about what is diseased. They are plagued. They are defective. They are no good. All right, you're talking about what is having no business whatsoever in law enforcement. And this is not a matter of opinion. This is, first of all, what reasonably follows from engaging in the pattern of conduct. But second of all, it's not just that I've established the P.O.C, which is criminal and unprecedented and to be addressed by federal legislation. It is that which is necessary with regard to addressing, now that you are speaking to what is the demon-possessed population, all the demon-possessed populations and all the roles that they are filling, that they have no business in, where they are posing an ongoing threat, all right, to the lives of even the demons that are the people of the state. That is a threat that the government poses while they are engaging in demonic activity together, while they're engaging in criminal activity together. You continue to pose that and expose the people to that. All right. Not that I'm concerned in the slightest about the demon-possessed who are pacing around in the parking lot of what is the, I want to say 243. These are obsessed demons, and Ontario police are monitoring with those demons that are pacing in relevant position to me, while you hear Union Pacific is who I'm going to prosecute for that. That's called facilitation. While psychopaths are driving in a circle in the parking lot right across the street. It is currently 8:03 p.m. and the entity engaging in what is posing an unlawful threat, not only while monitoring one who is documenting it. That's relevant to prosecution. That's called the impermissible threat, going to federal prison for that. And so you're understanding all the reasons for what is the policy that I advocate. All right. And so, and this is the way that you are dispelling what is the unlawful threat and the criminal motive of a government that's engaging in surveillance and then wants to continue engaging in surveillance. That's essentially the purpose of obstruction of justice. No, I'm stalking you and I want to continue stalking you, and I'm going to continue to stalk you. And I don't care what you do about it, essentially, which is coming out of the mouth of the government. I mean, in every way. Absurd, okay? It is absurd, patently ridiculous. And that's just from having I am of the position of actually believing in the Constitution and thinking that you do have a constitutional right, and that, that's the position that I'm coming from. And so based on that foundational mindset, it is absurd, okay? So the entity engaging in what is monitoring via law enforcement, you're talking about existing federal law that is exceeding the intent. What the Ontario Police Department, they are merely one example. They're not the only police department that I've documented. They are only one example, a very vivid example of, a thorough, substantive example of what is the necessity of disbanding such infected law enforcement agencies. You will get no justice there. You're talking about how are you going to address it. There's no prayer that you're going to raise up in order to cure this condition which you cannot physically perceive. You're talking about what is being aware of it, making it known, and then dealing with it. Literally removing that threat as it is posed by such actors in those positions. All right. So anyway, it's currently 8:05 p.m. and I just wanted to address that while I'm literally witnessing the outward demonstration of heavy demon possession by the Ontario Police Department. And it's not just that. I've gone to their agency, their state facilitating venue, and guess what was right over me? The fake sun, Satan itself. Let me be clear, that is a demonstration of demon possession. It's right there in the environment, right there in front of you. Those under the fake sun are those minions. They are the demon possessed under the fake sun, okay? And the fake sun right over the Ontario Police Department. I'm talking in the morning. I returned at the end of the day, and you're talking about the 3 o'clock hour. And guess what was right still over me? The fake sun. So, like I said, the entity engaging in what is all manner of demonstration, that's an unlawful threat with regard to existing federal policy, because remember, this demonic activity is achieving what is interstate stalking. Existing federal law addresses this. This is Title 18, Section 2261A, subsections 1 and 2. Being in the position of law enforcement and engaging in what is the pattern of conduct for interstate stalking, doing so with the people of the state of that position of law enforcement is that which is exceeding an intent to intimidate, to harass, and to injure. It is inherently threatening as you do so. These criminals of the Ontario Police Department are not only doing that, they are demon possessed. They are demonstrating demon possession while they do so. All right, this is what Title 18 does not address, okay? And it needs to be addressed. This is terrorism. All right, it is terrorism while you're engaging in interstate stalking as law enforcement. That's terrorism. It is terrorism while you are a demon-possessed government actor. You're talking about a government actor that seeks to exploit its position. All right, while engaging in a systematic infliction of inhumane suffering. And again, that's the policy that I advocate. So it's currently 8:07 p.m. The Ontario Police Department following to where they remain all night long stalking, just like they are, pacing around in direct light, being the demons that they are. Okay, using police vehicles, using all kind of resources. It's so sad. It's very sad. But anyway, using all these resources, and they are pacing around me like the same inferior entity pacing around me. That's literally what they are doing. It is entirely pathetic. And that was a whole psychopath in that police vehicle, pacing around in direct light, stalking me while I'm walking on the sidewalk. Wants to, let me be clear, Satan wants to look like they're doing something important, wants to feel important. They're driving a police vehicle. They're wearing the uniform. All right. They got the type, corporal, whatever your name is, your corporal minion. They're stalking. They are engaged in interstate stalking and doing so with all the minions, the people of the state that I continue to document as I show them to be the Satan, demon-possessed creatures that they are under what is not the sun, engaging in that kind of demonstrating with what is not sunlight that's never shooting off of your car, ricocheting forward off of your car when the fake sun is supposedly behind. What sort of reflection is that? It's not even a reflection. That's ricocheting, and it's specifically targeted toward me in every single way. You are looking at what is the stalker personified through the light. You are looking at what are the demons by the very nature of the occurrence, that presence, the fact that it's occurring, and you're witnessing it. All right, that's why you document it. Documentation is demon proof. Anyway, it's currently 8:09 p.m. at the Ontario Museum of History and Arts. Where the entity is engaging in ongoing stalking, all manner of the use of resources of a government, all to follow me around. I mean, you're talking about using helicopters. You got to gas those things up. How much resources, the expenditures to engage in stalking me? Goodness. It's currently 8:09 p.m. This is P.O.C.
Video documentation captured March 4th, 2022 at 8:40 p.m. at the Ontario Museum of History and Arts. It is 8:40 p.m. This is the entity flying around the second time by helicopter. This is stalking, and that's called patrolling, doing so in what is directed light, monitoring with communication devices with the people who are pacing around in traffic. I also want to document American medical response crossing path on Euclid Avenue as well, which would also be documented on traffic cameras. It's currently 8:41 p.m. This is the ongoing pattern of conduct using what is train as a method of ongoing audible activity, which is also harassment. This is demonic conduct, and it is for the purpose of the government that's monitoring and stalking here at the Ontario Museum of History and Arts. This is P.O.C. Video documentation captured March 4th, 2022 at 8:53 p.m. at the Ontario Museum of History and Arts. This is the entity flying around in a circle over and over again by helicopter. It is currently 8:53 p.m. So I'm going to tell you what the government is engaging in. While I document them, you're talking about what is repeating it moments later and doing it even more loudly, doing it even more aggressively, meaning doing it more so as I am capturing it. The entity is indeed stalking me by helicopter, flying over me while I'm walking down the street, flying directly over my head, flying in circles over me at the intersection of 7th and G Street, flying directly over my head while I'm walking down Euclid Avenue. This is flying around in a circle. I want to be clear, not only is this terrorism, this is a demon-possessed person that's flying this helicopter. This is demonic. It is also terrorism in and of itself to be engaging in stalking somebody with a helicopter. And I also want to show you, this is directed light. You see this on the museum? That's directed light. If you look above, there's no street lamps that are above the building that are going to create this square of light on the museum. That is light that is being aimed onto the wall. That is directed light while that demon is flying in circles over me, repeatedly doing so while they are monitoring. That is hostile to my video documentation of the fact that the government, the state of California, is stalking me at the museum at what is 8:54 p.m. at the Ontario Museum of History and Arts. I want to be clear. This is speaking to what is federal prison of what is the government actors that engage in this sort of terrorism. And this is documentation for years, okay, that the entity is engaging in this. I have hundreds of videos of the government stalking by helicopter, and I want to specifically document, while I capture the documentation, the pattern of conduct by this demon-possessed entity is to do it again, do it loudly, and do it longer, all right? This is the conduct of the demon-possessed. This is the government. It's currently 8:55 p.m., and let me be clear, the people of the state are the same demon-possessed entities. They're monitoring with this demon that's flying over me repeatedly by helicopter. That is directed light on the museum. This is P.O.C.